can hear myself too coming through it. So you might want to mute the desktop audio.
All right, welcome to Black Angus Reviews, the Presenate, episode 18. It's been a week or two since I've been streaming with the whole debacle. Luckily, got a friend or two to help me set this OBS up. Hopefully, it'll improve as we go. Hope you enjoy the slideshow. I want to thank the guests that are in with me at the moment. Maybe we'll get more. We got Red Gaze, representing the gays agenda, the gays community, the SJW Rainbow Coalition, himself, Red Gaze. Doug TeNapel is your biggest fan. Let's just put it that way. Oh, man. And we got the Rookie Critic. And we'll be talking about some stuff that he's recently done and is continuing to do. And of course, here to represent the schemers and scammers of the war campaign, the man who will not stop the fudge, who will not talk like a normal human person, as Edwin Boyd would say, man of sex. And we just had Drunk 3PO join us. How's it going, Drunk? Uh, I assume. Oh, okay, sure. She only hears me. What? It is. God damn.
It doesn't change between the scenes. Yeah. Stupid.
Okay. That was the holdup. Okay, that was the holdup, man. I was trying to figure out the desktop audio on waiting. Well, okay, so let me know in the chat if you can hear, if you're a man of sex, Ricky, anyone else.
Blue, blah, blah, blue, do you hear me?
And stuff and things and such.
Hello.
Better now. Okay, cool. Let me turn down my own audio a little bit, and we'll get the show on the road. Man, I did all these fun introductions for no reason, apparently.
C3PO said he's wet.
Yeah, he is moist.
Whoa.
The difference between moist and wet, okay?
Tell us.
If you don't know the difference, you still got some growing up to do.
Well, I'm
It's the amount
always.
of friction.
Well,
We're
you
here to
are a
learn
teacher.
from you, drunk.
Yeah, you're a teacher. You need to teach us, Mister 3PO.
I'll send you a YouTube video.
Uh,
Start with that.
you're no fun.
Hit us with some moisture now.
I'm like watching your pictures on rotation on YouTube. It's like I'm dying over here. You go from a cow to a girl's butt. I mean, come on, man.
Well, I mean, it's
He's a furry.
it's a
Wait, are you
English-
sure it's a girl's butt? This is Angus we're talking about.
Hey, well, you
Good
know
call.
what? Black Angus is equal opportunity, equal backhole opportunity. I do not discriminate among all the various genders. I don't know how many there are in the. There's at least 52 in the DC universe, if not more. I've heard
Yeah.
62 in the real world. I'm not sure, but yeah, I do
Count
not
it.
discriminate. Do not discriminate. In the end of the day, all backholes are fleshy and pink.
Backhole's
And,
a backhole.
Yeah,
They're like new Pokemon released. every
gotta
season.
catch
Pokey
them.
buns.
Biden Sniff and Thunder says Angus so white. Sure, we'll go with that.
Hashtag Angus so white. It's trending.
Hashtag abide by Biden. I like that. Hey, what's up, Echo Base Network? Good to have you in here. I don't really know what the hell we're going to talk about today. Besides, we'll start with Man of Sex and Red Gaze to lead us off first, and we'll go with Rookie Critic for the second topic.
All right.
But yeah, y'all two are my Comic Skate coverage for the week. There was an amazing live stream that happened the other day, the Kill Stream with Ethan Van Sciver. And just take the audience through that, people that may not know what happened or what was divulged. I've only watched about an hour of EVS content from this, still another hour and a half to go. But take us through.
Start red.
Yeah, I'll
What?
start with Gaze because he's drinking, and so we don't know how long it's gonna. Yeah, let's just start with him.
What was the question?
Kill stream.
Wow.
Well, there was EVS was on the kill stream, and there was a stream of douches that came on to talk some nonsense, and he properly put them in their place and told them to get fucked and whatnot. Is that a good summary?
Yeah,
it
it's
was
not-
essentially. Do you know what a witten is?
Say a
Witchin'.
lichen?
A witten. It's basically when they, they'd give advice to the king. They did it in the white Anglo-Saxon, the Saxon.
I think this was
Kingdom.
more of a dickin'.
Well, they were there basically to air their grievances with Mr. Caesar Van Sciver, and it ended up just being a conspiracy theory full of the F-bombs, full of chamber gassing. Someone talked about the state of Israel sometime. I don't know what that has to do with comics.
He's gonna get gas.
Talking about comic books naturally, right?
Yeah, exactly. And then there was pedo talk. That was interesting.
Oh, the Rumble Terrier. I did see a clip of
Always
that.
hand in hand.
Yeah, Rumble Terrier. Well, he proved two things. He came out as cripply autistic, and he came out as a pedo on the stream.
Wow.
Oh,
At least that's what they said.
two birds, one
Not
stone.
my words.
Two birds, one stone.
Oh yeah, no, it's funny because it's pretty enlightening. If y'all don't know the recent drama of the last, I'd say 2-3 months in Comicsgate, and some backstory to like why he's called Caesar, war campaign, at least from Ethan and Skyer's perspective, etc. It was good. It's a good kind of catch-all stream for it's funny though because like he never gets it right, he never gets it down. It's like Frank Cho was like one of the big things that started Comicsgate. There was stuff going on before it was like leading to this, but it seemed that Frank Cho's cover deal he had for Wonder Woman, the writer was like, "Quit drawing Wonder Woman so sexy," and then there's some debacle. But then Frank Cho, to stay in the business, I guess, couldn't side with Comicsgate, or maybe there's the actual perspective he had. They were alt-right or something. I don't know, but that's the opening core that I can recall for Comicsgate really kicking off. But no, it was a good stream thus far, what I've seen. Anything you want to add, either of y'all, or if Drunk or Rookie have seen it or seen pieces, if they want to add anything?
I
I've
have
not
not seen
seen
it,
it.
so I'm not really sure.
Ah, okay.
But I imagine it would be hilarious.
Yeah, the Senate. I will keep the Game of Thrones girl. Sorry, I'll keep the Game of Thrones girl. I'll try to shit on Twitter. It's a cosplayer.
Speaking of Game of Thrones, Angus, I finally saw the part where Jamie loses his hand. That's where I'm at.
Yeah, I don't get how you're.
Rookie's only like 5
Spoiler!
years behind.
You know what? Rookie is way fucking behind because I thought he already watched all 4 Rambos leading up to the release next month of Rambo 5. Of course, I haven't seen Rambo. But or at the time, and then I watched the first one, like, oh my god, dude, that movie is so awesome. What'd you think? He's like, oh, I haven't seen it. I'm like, what? So yeah, it never surprises me that, like, we started one of the first streams I did. It was supposed to be Lone Wolf, Cub, and yourself. Only you came on at the time, and so I was kind of trying to talk Game of Thrones generally without spoiling anything, and trying to hook you to it. And yeah, it's almost a year now, and you still haven't finished the show. And it's just like, what?
Well,
the
I just
fuck?
started watching it like a month and a half ago, and so but when I'm done with my project in a couple weeks, I'll start my vacation, and I'll be able to have like a full week to do whatever, and I'll at least take one day to do all Game of Thrones. Okay,
Yeah,
and Rainbow.
it's worth it, dude. That and at least when it first came out, Stranger Things seasons 1 and 2, I just like, all right, I watched an episode. I'm a little late. Need to go to school. Then the episode ends. It's like, fuck my whole day. It's like 6 episodes later. I've done nothing but binge Stranger Things, and Game of Thrones is even better. And even with the disappointment, I would say for season 8, it's still worth it. But yeah, interesting stuff. Keep people posted. Make some content, at least, like rough, like, hey, everybody, this is my journey with Game of Thrones. Keep your viewers in the loop.
Oh yeah, I'll come back to it. I'll come back to it.
Yeah, you can skip Rambo 3.
Skip.
Everybody keeps on saying.
Yeah, Rambo's not really sequential, so I wouldn't worry too
But
much.
4 is amazing.
Hey, Stevie J's here. What's up, friend? Yeah, I'm drinking
Thank you.
gin, and Gaze is drinking rum and coke. So I don't know how the stream's gonna go. I haven't really kept up with anything in the news as of late. I'm just like, it's more just
Yeah, ditto.
bullshit.
It's going to go great. I'd like to take a moment to point out there's been an alarming amount of Bidens popping up in chats lately. There were quite
Yeah,
a few in
crazy.
Drunk's chat the other day.
They're in
And
my
I'm
chat
seeing
too.
yeah, what's going on here? It's a
I feel
Biden
like-
invasion.
Oh my
I feel
god,
like there's-
Biden
there's
man.
an army.
A lot of strange touching and sniffing
I
going
love
on.
I
this.
had a
It says-
ton of Biden bots in my. Oh my gosh, it was awful.
It says Biden man does whatever a Biden can.
There's an
Please.
alternate Joe Army.
Oh my god, please. I think it's Tim Lim. I don't know if it's just a cover or if it's actually part of the comic. I want to read it regardless, but there's like Walmart or whatever. It's like the Trump character versus Barack Panther. And oh my god, if you could throw Biden man in this, fuck. You got yourself, an all-star cast.
Angus, you still need to make that Black Panther video.
Dude, I look every time I
Black
stream.
Panther will protect you.
Shut the fuck up, man. A second. Man, saying goodnight to my kid, and he's like freaking out about spiders. I'm like, hey, don't worry, you got Spider-Man figure, and you got Black Panther. He's essentially a grown-up version of Catboy from PJ Masks. Just sleep with Black Panther figure, and he'll keep you safe. And man, sex has weaponized that as a meme against me.
Hashtag Black Angus will save you.
as he should.
Hashtag Black Angus Matters. I've thought about making that a shirt, but then I don't want people to like wear it in the wrong place, and then get
That's
assaulted.
gonna end up right in Goodwill.
Well,
Or some young Indian child you'll see on like National Geographic wearing it.
There's
Yeah,
no
I'm
wrong
passing them
place to
out.
wear that shirt.
you can wear it's everywhere. You should wear that shirt, especially Trump rallies.
Trump.
A drunk can wear one overseas.
Yeah, no, I'll probably be passing them out. That's what will happen.
Yeah, exactly.
We got a large shipment of shirts no one wants. Give them to the poor kids.
Oh, damn.
What the heck is this?
The poor kids.
I know that
Speaking
guy.
of stuff no one wants, I got a letter in the mail from Drunk 3PO today.
Oh shit.
And no, it was just a quick little letter saying like, hey, thanks for what you've done. Here's a little something from the kids. He sent me a trinket. I'll put a picture on Twitter later tonight of it.
Oh man, I'm glad you got it.
Yeah,
Oh,
no,
Maybe
it
it
was,
was a cease and desist.
no, it was.
Yeah.
I saw the letter and I'm like, I didn't even look at the address. So I'm like, who the fuck? Like they put my first name, real name, but then they put Angus, and so I'm like, all right, so it's someone that knows me from my channel. So I would have given this to him unless someone docks my address and they're like, hey, I'm gonna get you back and send you a letter, fucker. I don't know, but I'm like, I don't know these initials. So I'm like, what the fuck? And I just open. I'm like, oh, cool, Drunk 3PO. But yeah,
I'm gonna send you fake anthrax.
No, man, the kids make some stuff for people, and since you did the Brie Larson fundraiser for me, even though I had to,
Did you show the kids the stream and be like, look at all the money this guy helped raise for you?
dude, they don't even they don't care about any of that crap.
Good idea.
They're like 4-year-olds in
They're just
the
lucky. They're
orphanage.
lucky to freaking eat 3 meals a day. They could care less about Brie Larson.
No, I just imagine Drunk 3PO as being like the classic boring history teacher or English teacher. And he's like, all right, this is really important, kids. And he's like showing this English language stream of people they don't fucking know with topics they don't know about a joke that ends up rolling into the charity that's helping them. They're just like, what?
They don't eat or have clean water, but they're gonna get your shirt and be like, I'm
Yeah,
a
I
Jake
know
Paul
exactly.
fan. I can't wear this. I'm a Jake Paul fan.
That's funny.
But no, it was nice to get that letter from you. And yeah, hey, what's up, Mary? What's up, Commie Mark? And Valco, I don't know if I've seen you in my chat before, but thanks for coming by. Yeah, it's been Drunk actually. Fuck no, we'll get to you in a minute. Rookie Critic, you had a project that has finally come to fruition. It's first of 3 phases. Tell us about that. What's the reception like? What is this project? Yeah, just run us through it.
Oh yeah, so it's called the Rookie's Quest Trilogy, and if anybody knows me and my channel, I like to do lots of goofy stuff and skits and whatnot. So, all my shame has been lost long ago, and I'm putting my filming skills to the test here. So I, tried to do as much as I can and get as many people involved as I can, and I got like just under 100 people so far to have cameo appearances and like interwork them as characters or voices or some type of appearance in some way or another. And it's working pretty good. The premiere video had like over 30 people watching consistently, all bugging out, loving it. And I got even Caesar himself to say a line for it. I got Jeremy Geeks and Gamers to say a line for it. Jeff Hicks is still coming with his line this weekend. I think he's been a little distracted lately to get it to me. So that's coming soon. He said that's coming soon. And Jesse Milestone, John.
Oh, I think a lot of stuff's coming soon with Jeff Hicks.
Oh yeah, in a little bit. But so Rookie's Quest is like NPCs. Kylo Jeremy. He's after the whole Jer army and trying to get D-Day Cobra Jeremy. And trying to get him take Geeks and Gamers down. And NPCs are taking out YouTubers all across, capturing them, taking them out. And so I'm trying to stop them, and they're trying to destroy physical media and stuff. So it's it's pretty much the quest. I gotta defeat them, man, and I gotta get some YouTubers to try to help me. But y'all keep on getting picked off, so it'll end up leading to a final battle in episode 3. Yeah, people seem to like it so far. It's doing pretty well.
I loved I don't know why Anomaly's part just made me laugh so hard. Because I've been on his stream before, and he hates The Rock. Any movie that has The Rock, he hates it. Yeah, I don't know. But so when he did his thing, like another Jumanji, I was dying laughing. I was like,
I told him the whole concept was like I'm trying to deal with NPCs, then he calls ranting about something, and I'm like, just pick anything you want to rant about. Go ahead. Another fucking Jumanji movie.
Yeah, I know. I was like, oh, that's what you told. Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, so it's like I didn't even see what he was gonna say before I recorded my lines. I recorded my lines, and then he did his. So.
If you guys ever go on one of his streams, he will always ask the Americans, why do you guys like The Rock? That's why he always asks me.
Yep.
He's like, it's your fault The Rock is so popular. I'm like, dude, it's the only thing that's coming out not like politically charged. So,
Yeah, that was good. So yeah, there's lots of taste. In episode 1, there's 46 cameos from people around here. So lots of fun, lots of stuff. Even some comic skaters are in this. Internet's Newsstand, Mandy Summers, a couple people. Black Angus. Yeah, I guess you count as comic skate, right? Just kidding. Of course.
Ricky, I
You guys hear
don't think you gave me a big enough part.
I asked you if you wanted to do more, right? I want you to voice a character.
Oh,
He's
sure.
got that silky voice.
I want you to voice an NPC.
Is that a compliment?
One of the things. Okay, so I'm not going to explain why, but your voice would stand out to the others. I'll explain to you later in DMs.
Is he like the alpha NPC? Is that the angle?
I'll let you.
Is there such a thing?
You don't know.
Sexy rookie critic.
Oh yeah.
Who is that?
Yep.
Sorry, my sex bot is.
That was better material.
Huh.
But yep. So that's that.
No. Sorry,
An hour and 14 minutes long. It's on my channel.
No,
Oh, yeah?
when I said "huh," it wasn't like, "Oh, that was weird." It was, I'm used to.
How
it
much?
No, it was like the wife's like, "How much is in the bank account?" And I'm just like, "Let me check."
Oh, that was definitely weird though.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know you are.
But yeah, drunk. Anyway.
Yeah.
What's been up with news? I know you did a video the other day about Galaxy's Edge and Bob Iger, but take us through any Star Wars news as of late and anything else that is piquing your interest or the Phantom Menace interest this week.
Yeah, Galaxy's Edge has been keeping my channel busy. Have another video coming out tomorrow where they're actually cutting employees' hours who's been working there for years. Fox News ran that article, and it's just like, it's so sad that they banked all this. They banked all this money on Galaxy's Edge to like hire more employees, to bring people to the park, and it's done the complete opposite because they didn't really make a Star Wars land. They made they made something different. They strayed away from every formula known to man. Like every time they built a park at Disney, they made it like out of the movies. Like, Toy Story Land is like from the movies. You go to Toy Story Land. Everything else, but Star Wars, they decided to do something different, which is so stupid. And so that's pretty much what's happening. But then like all these other, and not that you and everyone else on this panel didn't call it, but like other networks like CNN and everyone else, they're starting to say, well, Star Wars has lost a generation of fans, and they're talking about like not us, but like our kids' age, And I was like, that's so sad that they screwed it up that bad that they just lost, And then they blamed it on Star Wars fatigue. That was their number one.
Yeah.
I was like, Star Wars fatigue? Are you insane? It's the stupidest thing I've ever heard. Like, you pump out 3 Marvel movies a year, but, there's no Marvel fatigue. Is that what you're saying? But
It's an NFL
don't worry.
player.
There will be
something.
Marvel fatigue soon. That'll be the next excuse.
I'm already feeling the Marvel fatigue.
I want to ask you comic book people a question because my favorite comic book character of all time is the Punisher. And I just read a report that they changed his origin story. And I'm a little pissed off at this because now they've touched my character.
Oh,
and
bad touch.
They're messing him up. I'm like furious over it.
Don't touch Daddy's character.
They did. I'm like, okay, they screwed up this character. That's all right. It's not the Punisher. They screwed up this character. That's all right. It's not the Punisher. Now I'm like, really?
See, this is funny though because like you've been following this, you've been against it, you've been vocal, mainly about Star Wars and then Marvel and Game of Thrones. But
I've been against Ethan.
No. I said you've been against like Marvel and Star Wars, like the direction of these things.
Yeah.
So it's not like you've been sitting by the wayside. You were hopeful, and I heard it like that early salty nerd stream you did. I heard your disappointment and stuff, and it made me like, wow, this Stormtrooper, he's just really hurt by Last Jedi. But it's
Oh,
funny.
now they touched the Punisher, and I'm pissed. Like they basically changed. So if you don't know who the Punisher is, he was created because his family was murdered, by gangsters, and they were trying to kill him. They killed his family. Short story. Now they changed the origin story to where his wife actually stands in front to protect him.
Oh, wow.
To save his life.
Wow. That sounds like.
And I'm trying to dig up more information and all that stuff from the articles I've read, but they're all now he's seeing a counselor or someone saying, yeah, she actually, I didn't find them dead. She actually stood in front of the bullets for me. And you're just like,
what you should do?
What the freak?
3P, I'll send you a link so you can read comics for free, and that issue might already be up for you to read, and then it counts as Marvel, and you can get some Comicsgate coverage, perhaps. So you can do some expansion.
Dude, that's so
Because I know you love the Punisher, and I know that you haven't been sitting by the wayside like I was saying, but it's funny in a way. The reason I'm laughing is because other people kind of say your rhetoric where it's like, they touch my character. I remember John talks about like, oh, Ariel, like, I don't care. I feel like, that meme from The Fugitive, I think, where U.S. Marshals, Tommy Lee Jones is like, I don't care, And I'm like, well, dude, this is all cumulative, like, I don't give a fuck about Doctor Who. But when I hear, like, they're doing this stuff, it's the same stuff, so it's all cumulative from Hollywood and film industry.
Trickles down.
Yeah, it trickles down, and it's like, that it's like, I don't know, it's like an
shit
infection.
ends up at the bottom.
It's like an infection, like
There's a lesson to be learned here. Drunk, you in particular. First they came for the Avengers, and I said nothing. Then they came for Spider-Man, and I did nothing because I wasn't a Spider-Man fan. But then they came for the Punisher. And damn it, that's my guy.
I mean, now it's like the woman saved his life. So, and you're like, how could you? Why would? Don't get me started. But it's just like why did you need to change that? Because you had to have a woman. I mean, I don't know. I guess she needed to be the hero in his story. I don't know.
Once you see one character being given the bad touch, you need to speak up then.
You
can't wait until they touch your character's back.
I had enough Star Wars touching to deal with.
If you see something, say something.
Comic Book Bob says, I read that and got physically angry.
You know what the next step is? They're going to change.
Can you ask him what? Oh, I'm sorry to cut you, brother. I didn't mean to do that. Can you ask him like what issue that is?
Yeah.
Like, is he in the chat, right?
Yeah, he's in the chat. I'll while you're trying to.
Sorry about that. I didn't mean to cut
No, you're fine, man. While you're trying to get that info, I'm actually going to pull up the link for you to look into this and try to find the comic issue, and maybe you can look over and see the schematics of all this. And
what they're going to do is, and I don't want to give any ideas, but the Punisher's probably going to turn into a woman, and then what's going to happen is that she's going to take a bullet, but it's still going to go kill her husband and the child, who will also be a young boy, and then the Punisher will be a woman that's so strong that it doesn't matter. She can't be overpowered by any man.
No, what should happen. I like what you're saying. Man of 6. I like what you're saying, but it's not.
Man of gay.
It's not SJW enough. All right, I think I can steer this a little bit better. Okay, so the woman stands in front. All right, and it doesn't just hit her; it hits her through the vaginal mesh. All right, so she has a vaginal prolapse. And
Black Angus vaginal mesh now on Amazon.
I thought it was going to take longer for that.
And this is somehow tied to the patriarchy subjugating women's reproductive rights, and somehow there's going to be a side story of Planned Parenthood, and she's going to be a champion of all of this, of quote unquote women's productive rights, as well as she'll be the meshiner. You don't fucking attack a woman's vaginal mesh.
The meshiner.
We need Meth Gator to check these hoes.
Yeah. I cannot wait. Drunk 3PO, are you aware of at all about Meth Gator?
Yeah, there's one living in my lake.
No, it's a comic idea. I'm actually writing. I'm doing a lot of research because I'm new to comics. All right, comics get really key me off. I did read a Batman here and there, or like Punisher Max. I'm getting back into that. I'm reading Preacher. I'm reading a whole bunch of shit right now. That's why you get these like pictures like Jonah Hex from the first issue, where it's like, what in tarnation? Because I'm looking at all this new stuff to kind of apply and get a feel for how I want to direct the character. And Red Gaze did a video about the whole meth gator thing where the cops apparently they caught someone, they were unsuccessful, but they were like, well, this is a problem, so we need to warn people, hey, don't flush your meth. I was about to say mesh. Don't flush your meth down the toilet. You'll make meth gators.
Your mesh.
A man obsessed.
and this actually
Man of
just
mesh.
it stuck in my head for a while, and I'm like, oh my god, I can just see this character. It's like Hulk meets Breaking Bad. His power is meth. So I got an origin for him already, a quick origin kind of TMNT style. And right now I'm working with Red Gaze to kind of generate motivation. I think I got some good stuff planned, and we'll see where this can go. Think of like Breaking Bad, Venom, Hulk.
Well, you can
Black
come to
Snake
my
Moan.
spare bedroom and do some research on gators if you need to. Like Angus.
Oh,
But yeah, I definitely want to make a joke of it with his power, because his power is radioactive meth. Or
Are you in Central Florida?
Near Tampa.
Near Tampa. You're not in Polk, are you?
No, God.
Try-
I'm not
Dox
trying to
man,
dox
it's
you.
sex.
All right, sorry.
Just dox me.
My bad.
drunk, be careful. This man
Hands
will
there,
steal
I
your
got
credit
stopped
card
like
information.
Yeah.
No, we're Florida brothers, man. We'll steal y'all's credit card information.
And send you a mesh gator to your house.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh my God,
All right,
wait,
my bad,
Wait,
brother. My
wait,
bad.
really quick. Didn't EVS in that kill stream go over and say, like, he pretty much said Amazing Adam lives with his mom and he used her credit card, and so he like blew $400 on an internet hooker, is what EVS called a Twitch thought. And
Yes.
so he's like, he blamed War Campaign.
He blamed me and War Campaign.
He's like, no, Mom, it wasn't me. It was those hackers at War Campaign.
It was that damn man of sex.
He had a whole YouTube fucking video just for me. He's like, man of sex. And then he draws out of his vape. He goes, man of sex. He has the ability. This F-bomb, he has the ability, and he's going to hack your credit card. And he's literally a horned demon from hell. That's his exact words.
Well, I tend to believe that last part.
Oh God. Yeah, drunk. I sent you that. Oh, what do you call it?
I got you. I
Yeah.
found the episode
Pornography.
too. Terrible.
That Pornhub, you fuck. Oh my God.
Terrible.
Hey, Rookie, jump in on this conversation. You know you want to.
Sorry, editing here and there. So
Don't lie. You're hacking Amazing Adam's new credit card.
dang it.
This one has a $300 limit.
But yeah. Fuck. I don't know what the deal is with my YouTube. It keeps like
Diddling yourself?
no. The
In the main
YouTube
frame.
page keeps like getting larger, and I don't know how to zoom back out of it. So let me check.
How long
the
did it take you to set up your presentation of images on your screen?
It wasn't long to set it up. It was like me not knowing, and my computer being slow as fuck because
Yeah. If anything, let's dox your shitty computer.
yeah. Let's God, if I could get
Nobody would want it.
No. We need to start a GoFundMe for Angus's computer. It needs rehabilitation.
Yeah, no, I think I got a way to make it manageable. I mean, if anything, think of this, man. It's like until February, March, all my videos are on my computer.
Oh man.
So yeah, think of that.
Oh no.
With what you experienced through your Hangouts, me trying to set this up.
Oh man. You're a trooper.
Yeah, my wife, she's always pissy about like, it's 3 a.m, come to bed. It's like, I'm making a fucking video. Like, you don't know how long it takes. And it's like, Now that I hear about these other computers and higher processor stuff, it's like, fuck, maybe this would have like cut everything down to like a third of the time if I had a better computer. So
I just do all
having
my
an
editing on my
iPhone,
iPad now.
having an iPhone and doing the iMovie is such a breeze.
Do Luma Fusion on iOS. It's like the best editing software ever.
Huh. You said Luma?
Luma Fusion.
Luma Fusion. I'm writing that on my notepad.
Amazing. Because you can actually have 6 channels of, so three channels of video, 6 channels, 3 channels of sound.
Sorry, I just saw in the chat, Snowdub says, the Punisher got #gender check.
Yeah, he did.
I'm waiting for the transgender check.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
Hey,
And then the ginger check.
Yeah, what is up, Wiki Lives Matter? Thanks for coming on. Savage Avengers 4. Snowdub trying to say Super Doberman is better than Meth Gator. That will never be a thing. Meth Gator will destroy you in
Get
one
the
punch.
fuck out of here, Snowdub.
There you go, Red Gaze. The Senate, the stream, it's on D Live, and it's the Ralph Retort is the channel. I can't remember the name of it, but it'll say Ethan and Skyber in the title. So
It's called Killstream. That was interesting. But there's a bunch of good clips out there. The main one, though, I was talking about was Rumble Terrier. I'll just recap that real quick. Real quick. So basically, there's this rumor going around where a few of us just made like an off-the-wall, unregistered sex offender joke, not targeting him in particularly. He instantly retweets and says, I'm not a pedo. You guys keep saying this. I only was in jail because of a traffic ticket or something of the sort like that. So already he seemed pretty suspect and guilty from that part. Well, the second issue, when he was on that stream, he's like, I'm a nuisance, because Ethan was talking about, you're the type of person that I would block because you're a nuisance. He's like, I'm a nuisance. And then
this is a fucking cuckoo clock.
Yes.
That's how he talks. So when the chat channel started saying pedo and stuff, they're like, the chat is saying that you're a pedo. Are you a pedo? And then there was a delay. He's like, no.
Wow.
Not like a freak, no, fuck no, nothing. It's just no after a long delay. And they're like,
no.
The whole chat keeps saying pedo. And they're like, he's like, freaking war campaign. It's like pedo. Everyone's in the chat saying pedo guy. I'm sorry.
The consensus is in.
If you follow Pan on Twitter, he has a lot of good clips.
Hey, you know what?
Yeah.
We should go. Hey, I know Rumble Terry has at least. Excuse me. I know he has at least one.
There he
video.
goes.
I know he has at least
Can't
one.
handle
video.
the liquor, can you there, buddy?
No, it was actually just my breathing.
Black lung.
Yeah, it was the plumber's lung.
From laying too much pipe.
No, I made a joke about that, because I got like was it the black lung like coal miners, and I was like, it's the plumber's lung.
How's
Like-
that gone, man? You liking it?
Yeah, I just posted a tweet earlier, making fun of cherries, using plumbing as the setting.
I know you've really gotten into that gape tape.
Yeah, I always got my gape tape ready. I actually put Blame War campaign on the bottom of it. But no, it's funny. We should. I remember watching this documentary. There's like a pedo. I'm not sure if you could call it an island, but there's like a commune, if you will, of like pedos, where it's like not a rehab, but it's like a sanctuary, if you will, for people with sex offender in their history, where it's like it's not like a hey, let's all hang out with fellow pedos, but it's like hey,
It's not like a Jedi temple for pedos, is it?
no, it's like hey, we really fucked up in life, so this is like the one place we can go and not get like fucking
The pedo temple.
Not the pedo symbol. No, they can not get harassed and stuff because they're with their own kind essentially, and they're trying to do better. Supposedly, I don't know. It's a really fucking tricky topic to cover, but yeah,
It's
it's
like a
like
Nambla temple.
ah. God damn it, gays. But no,
You
no,
say
no.
that at least once a stream.
Nambla Temple? No.
The Nambla
No,
Temple.
God damn it, gays.
Oh, yeah. But no,
I
no,
say
no.
that what's the stream? Nambla Temple.
I'm like,
All the
what?
time. That's all he thinks about.
No, you said that. I'm just like, you caught me off guard for a second. I'm like, wait, when have we ever talked about Nambla on this fucking channel? Never. But no, we should send links to this documentary for Rumble Terrier to check out and maybe sign up for. Maybe we'll get some housing there and get them on the wait list.
A doghouse.
I got Red Gaze in trouble yesterday. He didn't even know.
Oh,
Did you?
tell?
Yeah, we were on we were on Mary's were we on Mary's stream? Whose stream were we? Anyway, me and Lethal were on. Was it Mary's stream? Oh no, it was
We're on
some
my stream
proper
or
Jeremy.
Peppers. I don't remember.
Whatever. And like Lethal was on his phone and he couldn't talk because it kept buzzing.
Oh, that was on mine, yeah.
No. We went to proper Jeremy stream afterwards. Oh no, was it yours?
It was
Whatever.
mine where he kept on
Whatever.
buzzing
Anyway,
every,
yeah,
5
it kept
seconds.
buzzing every 3 seconds. And they're always like, Lethal, man, can you stop? He's like, I'm getting notifications like crazy. I don't know who it is. And he looks down and he goes, it's freaking Red Gaze. Red Gaze won't stop texting me. He won't stop texting me. But the funny thing was, it was me that was texting him. I was texting him every second. I was texting him beep, and he couldn't see it because he's on a live stream. And he's like, what the freak does Red Gaze want? He keeps texting me. And it's like, because he can't talk. Because every time he would say something, he goes, yeah, well, and you hear, zit, 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 like his phone would go off. It's hilarious. So he's mad at you. He thought it was you. So.
Oh, well, thanks for that, John. Angus, I'm going to need a clip of this confession to clear my good name.
Now I'm going to take the stream down as soon as it's done.
There you go.
Son of a bitch.
Too much about Nambla temples and pedo temples.
Yeah, fuck, totally taken out of context. Fucking the cherries be like, ha, we got one of your war campaigners. You know, it's funny. I don't get these people. They hate War Campaign. They hate EVS. They hate Comicsgate. And they don't fucking buy anything. It's like, why are you here? It's like
Revenge.
It's like the weirdos who are like, oh my god, yes, we need No, I was gonna say.
Oh, it's diversity people.
Yeah. You got the diversity.
They
People.
don't buy anything.
It's like we need.
Because they're all freaking broke, dude. They all live at home and they're all mad. They just spend their days on their
Drunk
computers.
is on fire after that Punisher segment.
Man. It's sad.
Oh, did you watch season 2 of Punisher? Because
yeah,
I heard there was like a whole Christian white male as the villain.
Nah, I got blown. There was more Christian beef in like The Boys, which was a really good show.
Huh.
If you haven't seen The Boys, that's like one of the better superhero shows out there now.
I keep hearing about this show. I might check it out.
So it's like, dude, like no spoilers, I promise. But if you start it and then like the first, it's definitely like mature. Like the first death scene, like they really like get like pretty graphic on how superheroes can kill people.
Now, how much vaginal mesh are we talking about in this show?
Probably episode. Well, the guy who plays Superman, I can't say it. I don't want to give it away. But...
Now, have you seen the Punisher season 3?
No, it's been canceled.
It's a big black spot.
Yeah, it's gonna be on Disney Plus. I bet. Watch. Freaking Disney.
Disney. I call it Disney at this point.
I'm trying to think. No, what I was saying, these weirdo cherries, though, is they're like the weirdos who they're like, we need what's the word? Is it co-ed? Like men and women in the same league, like basketball, football. We need women in football and this and that. It's like, please let these weirdo feminists who cry about everything's subjugation by men or something. Let's let Fletcher Cox of the Eagles just lay out a 120-pound female quarterback, just one good fucking clean sack of a woman, and see how much
Clean
see how much they cry about brutality against women in football.
Oh God. Are you kidding me? Like,
Don't
I mean,
give
the
in to
rules are bad enough
these people,
now.
it's funny because I got my essentially my brother-in-law, and we were talking. He's like, "Yeah, my girlfriend, she, my sister-in-law, she was telling him like, oh yeah, I'm totally for like co-ed sports in the sense like let women in pro leagues," and it's like, why? Like, do you like name me 5 teams? Like, who do you watch this? Do you like it? Would you watch if there's women in it? Like, no. It's like, why the fuck does it matter to you? Like, you don't even watch the women league. Why would you watch? Like, why are you in this cause? And it's even worse with the cherries because it's like they're just antagonizing for no reason because they're
Yeah, they actually don't even have a mission.
yeah, like fucking I laughed at it because what's his name? Midnight Cherry TV. He's like he said something about violent photoshops of dildos.
Yeah, violent.
I'm like
Violent meme. That's what I wanted to name my band, is the Violent Memes.
and I'm looking at that and I'm like, wait a minute. This is what we talk about with SJWs. They think words and pictures are like real threats of violence. Like if you did the same thing Kathy Griffin did with Trump's head to like Hillary or Obama, that'd be a hate crime or it'd be misogyny or something,
Yeah, they'd be arrested.
Yeah.
Chemistry.
But Republicans were just like, oh, fuck you, I guess. But whatever. Really, it's like, do what you want, but I don't like you, whatever. And these people, if you did the same thing, it's like, this is a hate crime, And he retweeted me. It's like, this guy unblocks me to say this. It's like, you've been unblocked ever since you unblocked people. Like, I saw you block me, so I blocked you.
Yeah, exactly. And they get off on that too. If you block them, they'll be like, "Look, you who blocked me," even though they like, yeah. So back to that NFL thing. Did you know during the Atlanta Super Bowl, they were having tons of commercials where they had, I think they were already trying to let it creep into our minds. Tons of commercials where they had like little skinny twink men and women like playing football together as like the promotion for the Atlanta NFL. Oh, when everyone was already pissed off from the last game where they made the call. I think it was the Rams, wasn't it? I don't remember.
What are you talking about last year?
Yeah, last
Patriots,
year.
Patriots, Rams.
Yeah, Rams, and then they made that bullshit call, and the Patriots, of course, won.
Oh, shit.
Of course.
Just realized we got Frank and the Shawhan Wiener Dog clan in the chat. I haven't seen them in a while. So, hey, what's up? And, hey, Mary, do you want on the stream? I never know when you're busy, but you're in the chat a lot today, so if you want on, I'll drop a link to you.
But did you know that teeth are racist, says Kermit the Log?
Oh, dude, oh my God. It'll take me a while to scroll through, but, I had this joke because I was just, sometimes you have that inspiration of, like, making fun of SJWs, and I saw she had, like, Crest charcoal whitening toothpaste, and I'm like, what the fuck is this, Crest? I added them. I was like, you're just going to ignore teeth of color?
Oh, how did I miss that?
It was before you knew me.
Okay. Well, do it again. Do it again.
Yeah. Yeah, Wookiee Lives Matter. I don't know if season's going on. I'll look into it, but I will cover the Lingerie Football League. And Brian the Observer. Brian the Observer. I don't know if people will make parody pornos of Steamboat Willie when he goes public domain, but I'm all for it.
I will.
I want to see that cosplay. Sexy cosplay of Steamboat Willie.
Oh, God. We got Gregory DeGraff just in from Amsterdam. Hey. Well, what's up, Gregory? Thanks for joining. Just being dumbasses today, Not really any topics. Yeah, what were we saying? Man6, do you have anything to add with the twinks playing football?
No, that's pretty much speaks for itself when you got twinks playing football with women.
Okay. I mean, can you tell the difference?
That doesn't sound very fluid to me.
right, guys, I'm gonna try to find this. I'm gonna try to find this picture for you when I send this tweet. Let me go to it.
Good luck with
If I
that.
go on media, it'll be faster. But yeah, what's anyone else want to talk about? I'm kind of, like I said, out of the loop completely with the news of the week. I just go through my sub feed. I'm just like, it's not even worth talking about.
There's not much.
Actually,
It's
drunk.
quiet.
Actually, drunk. My Playboy video I did that was inspired by you because I got a 2-pack. I got a 2-pack of those, and I was like, at some point, because.
Are you the guy that like reads Playboy on an airplane?
Oh, fuck
like
yeah.
when everyone's like walking through.
Fuck yeah. Of course. Like
we love those guys. All I'm saying is you walk past those guys and go, I wish I was that guy. But I'm not that guy.
Okay.
I've got Golf News Now. That's my magazine. Safe.
All right. So the tweet I said, this is back in February, so that's why you probably didn't see this, Red Gaze, but I said, what the fuck is this? Let @Crest know you will not stand for blatant racism, the exclusion of teeth of color, or the shaming thereof. It's just a picture of whitening therapy.
Oh my goodness.
Wow, that's like right before we met, too.
But yeah, that, and I was trying to get, hashtag organic privilege to be a thing, to see if SJWs would actually buy into this, like, made-up bullshit. Because I said...
Yellow teeth matter.
I said, no car should be, quote-unquote, illegal. Join me in fighting hate. Hashtag resist. Hashtag fuck Trump. Hashtag force out hate. And then I clap, I say, this will not stand. And I was by a sign that said illegally parked cars will be towed at vehicle owners' expense, And it was like right when the caravan was becoming a thing.
I still think your best tweet is your car picture being illegal. Like that was, I don't know why. That just caught me on a good day.
Oh yeah. So
that is freaking hilarious to me. I was showing like my friends. They're like, that guy? I was like, yeah, sort of. In my alternate universe.
He's ashamed to say so.
They're like, where is he? I was like, this is not in Florida. They're like, okay. Florida people, God. Man, we're all like, any weird news, it's from Florida. That's what we think all the time. So.
Oh yeah, it's funny because someone in one of our chats shared, what is it, Whitney, Wisconsin. Or, I thought this was a joke where it's like 9 out of 10 women fuck dogs. It's just like 1 out of 10 are only willing to admit it or something like that. And I looked her up. It's like, oh, she actually got in trouble, went to like jail or had a court case because some guy, I guess, found her porn with like him in the background in public. And so he's like, yeah, I don't want that. And yeah, she actually fucks dogs.
Did I share that? Oh my gosh, yeah, that lady.
Yeah, no, I thought it was maybe a joke, so I looked into like, oh, let me look at this Lynn Lou, and it's like, oh, there's a lot of links about her, like, oh, this crazy person. It's like bestiality's legal in Wisconsin, so they can't get her,
Is it really?
Yeah.
Well, that's not Florida. There you go. We just have people here molesting alligators. There's you seen that, Manisex? Have you seen
there's the signs.
Do not sexually molest the alligators.
Do not molest the alligators. They put them in like all the colleges and stuff.
Kermit says,
usually community college because they know their audience.
Yeah.
Kermit says they F frogs too. They snowed up.
I'm still on the alligators. Like, you got to post a sign about that?
You gotta post a sign. You can't molest
signs everywhere about molesting alligators. It's the weirdest thing. Not like danger, beware. Like in my neighborhood, I got a sign like, do not walk your dog like near the lake because people have lost little Billy, little Scruffy, little Sally, whatever. Like there'll be like someone will put a sign up by the mailbox. Have you seen my cat Fluffy? I was like, yeah, that gator got that one. So. Yeah, but like in other areas, like even around Disney, like, there's like signs. It's like, do not molest the alligators.
Yeah, so Florida's kind of like Pokemon. You like walk around, there's all these giant creatures. You don't want to touch them.
You got sand cranes near you?
Yeah, the sandhill cranes. The
I hate those
pterodactyls?
things with a passion. I hate them.
Can you
I
molest
hate 'em.
them?
They're like,
You
no,
can
you
ride
can't.
them?
Listen, you can't touch them because
No, they're
they're
protected.
protected. So they're like giant ostriches walking around your house, crapping everywhere, poking their head in your window. Like you can't touch them.
You know how you get around that, right? You just act like you can't get out of the way on the road. Someone recently just like mowed down
Are
a
you
whole
kidding me?
family.
I heard like I read that like some guy hit it with his car and he got
Yeah.
$5,000 ticket for doing that.
Wow.
And that was
Not
in the
even-
parking lot of a mall. I was
Some woman mowed down like 4 of them and didn't even get in trouble. It's like a
wow. Those creatures know they're like protected, so they just do whatever they want.
Yeah,
no
they just
one
stand
does
there.
anything.
They stand in the middle of the road, look at you, and they're like, "Fuck you, man."
They're like
Oh, wow.
ostriches, man. They're
Even the
huge.
animals are playing the protected class card.
Yeah, they are.
Exactly.
Those are the SJW cranes. That's what they should rename them.
Oh man, I hate those birds.
Wait. Let me see.
I wish you could eat them.
Brian the Observer says, "Dumbasses go swimming in gator-infested waters after dusk." If you didn't see, I actually, I stole it from someone else's channel. There's a documentary I found. I grew up with. It's like Realm of the Alligator or something. It's about Okefenokee. And one of the reasons I share it, not just because I love that documentary, I grew up with it as a kid, but it applies because Meth Gator is going to be born in Okefenokee. So I want my audience interested in this comic to actually watch that and actually get a feel for Okefenokee and hopefully see the detail I put in my work.
Bro, are you really doing this?
I'm really making Meth Gator. I'm actually I was talking to Man of Sex, like I'm like doing the math, man. Like fuck, I need to save up like this much to just create it out of the gate. Like pay the artist, get the cover, pay for the printing and the shipping.
Vaginal meshes.
The
the
vaginal
merch.
mesh.
Dude, that
Vaginal mesh merch.
Angus, that's freaking awesome, man. Seriously.
Yeah, and Red
I
Gaze.
thought you were just joking.
No,
but, like,
that's
you
why I was
were
telling you
good.
about it, and then you never like follow up. It's like, wait, you read Punisher and stuff, like what?
Yeah, Meth Gator should be right up your alley.
I'm working on the meme police
Yeah.
right now.
Freaking
Well,
awesome.
aren't you
I'll
working on-
back it, bro. If you get like an Indiegogo or whatever you call
Yeah,
this thing,
yeah.
I'll fund you, man. I'll
Really?
throw you $1.
Really quick, Man of Sex. Are you doing Meme Police and Jizzquisitors? Or are these two different?
I'm just doing the meme police first because we already got the merch going for that, and
Okay.
Simpson Papier is gonna be helping me illustrate that, and Cyborg Valkyrie will be my editor so far.
Mm.
So,
And
yeah,
what's great about Cy
Go
doing
ahead.
it is she's trans, so you can use that against the SJWs. You're like, it's fucking Man of Sex and his gay ass memes. Stop the fudge.
and Sim is French Canadian, so he's a Mongoloid.
Poor Sim.
Yeah, he's a great guy. Sim's great.
Snow
love
Dog,
that
why
guy.
aren't you in the stream, dude? I dropped the link in the chat.
He's gender checking himself.
He's afraid. He knew drunk was going to be here.
Hey, girls are tweeting me right now about wearing my shirt. Hold on, I got to answer this one.
Aw. Let me slide in your DMs, ladies.
No, they're not in the DMs. They going full out. All right. She said, "I'm the coolest, most awesome person that she knows. I'd never met her." There you go.
That explains a lot.
Good stuff.
Yeah. So, what other comics do you like to read, Drunk 3PO?
I was into Walking Dead for a little while, and then like the show kind of ruined it for me.
Yeah,
So I just stopped.
I have
That got old. I used to like. I have a lot of older stuff. Like actually, I pulled out my old Secret Wars because I really feel like Marvel's gonna go into that phase, and so that was kind of cool to go back into Secret Wars 2 with the Beyonder. So I really think they're gonna. I don't know what villain they're gonna have to rival Captain Marvel. Like I hope it's Doom. I hope it's Doom because Doom would make an awesome villain, but like he's not the way they hype this woman. She needs like someone like the Beyonder. Or something.
Wait, oh my God! Did y'all see? I'm sure you can find it on YouTube. There's an edit of Captain Marvel, like when she pops into the end of Endgame, like at the beginning of that fight, where it's like that pause and it's like they start shooting at the sky. and then it's like she busts through the ship. They edited that. Someone edited that with fucking Thomas the Train, and it's like.
I saw that. It was great. I saw it.
God, if Thomas the Train could have, had a Marvel movie instead of Captain Marvel, I would probably say that 10 times. I'd probably go all the way to Cincinnati and hang out with Jeff Fix to watch that, and he'd be like, "Oh man, I remember that. My mom got that from when I was 4, blah blah blah," because he had a stream talking about his mom buying him Thomas.
But Drunk, there's a flaw in your logic, buddy. You've mentioned only males that could take Captain Marvel. That's not possible, man.
Well, the Beyonder is supposed to be
fluid.
Like God, yeah, he's not really. But he turns into a male and then he dies. So
what you're saying is we need a gender check.
Gender
check.
It's going to be a mess. I don't know what they're going to do. It's going to be a mess.
Yeah, after Endgame,
Endgame shut the book for me. I didn't even see Spider-Man. I'm not on boycott mode, but I kind of am. I don't want to spend any money on no remakes, I hate it. Now they're gonna do did you see Macaulay Culkin's tweet? Was that the greatest thing ever?
No, let me look this up.
All right, so Disney's gonna remake Home Alone. All right, and so Macaulay Culkin tweets out a picture. This is what Home Alone would look like.
Oh, yeah, I did see that.
And he's his belly's all hanging out, and he's on the computer.
Well, it's funny, too, because he hangs out with Red Letter Media, and so it's you think this guy isn't talking about the shit we talk about, in their sarcastic Wisconsin, Whitney, Wisconsin attitude?
Yeah, but the replies to the tweet were fantastic. Someone made a video game cover of the new Home Alone game. It was great. It was great.
I replied to that tweet.
You did?
I did. It wasn't as cool as a video game cover. It was simply, how about an original idea for a change?
Yeah. They are the copy and paste network.
Yeah, it's no, I'm on full boycott, of course. The For Ollie stuff really bother me, and it's past. I know, of course, pretty much everyone in the fan has already forgotten about it because it's just a topic for the week. But I actually talk to Lloyd when I can on Messenger, and I might be doing a if time permits and nothing comes up for him. I talked to him. We'll probably do a memorial stream for Ollie as well for 1 year anniversary or whatever. So yeah, it's not just a fleeting thing for me reaching out to that guy.
Oh, no one ever thought that, brother.
But no, it's that shit really bothered me. On top of everything else that I've been very adamant. I've told people I'm it's what we've given him a chance. I had my hope with some of the signs, I did that video before St. Germanus where I'm hey Jeremy, you're wrong. Look at the things Lucasfilm are doing. They're giving us little signs, actually acknowledging prequel fandom and stuff because they know my age. Growing up the prequels, now we're adults buying the shit and we're not buying anything because you're not catering to us at all. And now they're fuck, we should maybe do some prequel type shit and get their money. And it's a little too late, but I was.
You heard their numbers came out yesterday, right? You hear about that? Oh yeah, you saw my video, how they.
Yeah, they're cutting everything, and they're just.
The Disney parks have dropped in percentage, but so here's the creepy thing. Reader's Digest, I put this in a video a little while ago, but Reader's Digest came out with a great article about how Disney, they decided that they want to cater to only the 10%, top 10%. So that's why they raised their ticket prices 4 times in a year.
Dude, I said that shit. Yeah, I said that a while ago. It's they're raising their prices because they don't want, they see the Phantom Menace as Joe Dirt. They think, if we raise the prices, we'll keep the fucking the plebeians and the knuckle dragon conservatives out of Disneyland, and
right,
it's totally backfired because it's part of the American dream to take your family, family 4 or 5 to Disney.
But yeah, it's backfired big time, and now they're the excuses were they're so stupid.
But
that's like me going, no one's watching my videos because they've got drunk 3PO fatigue. Like, you know,
I know I
how
do.
stupid does
Fucking
that
drunk
sound,
3PO.
though?
God, fuck
And
that guy.
point of personal privilege, it's Deer Tay. Thank you very much.
Or a personal. Well, that's pretty good. I give you that one.
You know, if everyone in the chat could just not, you know, use capital letters, it's a bit aggressive, and yeah, just I have sensory problems when I see capital letters. So
In his anus.
But yeah, so like they did this whole they raised prices on everything from the water on up, and the only reason why we kept our annual pass is because they own like what people don't understand is they own everything outside of Disney around Orlando.
Yep.
So like bowling alleys, movie theaters, restaurants, like even some chain restaurants that are on their property, I can get a 20% discount with the annual pass. So basically it pays for itself, like it repays for itself just because if I want to go see a movie, I could use my annual pass and get 20% off.
The
You get what I'm saying?
Pack.
What?
The Kissimmee membership pack.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's just like it just pays for itself, like over and over. And then like you get free parking to like a lot of like even if you want to go to concerts in Orlando, they own like the convention centers and stuff. People don't realize you have an annual pass, you can get discounts, you get free parking. I get some like discounts at the airport with the annual. So it's like it's stupid not to have it. Put it that way unless you just sit in your house. Where I live, because I live so close, I'm like right there next to everything. So it's just how it is. And now they're building. They built Mr. Sexman. Have you ever been around Champions Gate?
Mr.
Like, have you been
Sexman.
that close to like Champions Gate?
Not in a bit. It's been about a year since I went to Orlando, but
Okay. So like they have built like 4 small communities with apartment complexes. It's weird. It's weird. You drive in this thing called Champions Gate, and it's its own like Disney community. They have chain restaurants, fast food, golf courses, places of worship, apartment complexes, vacation homes, this and that, all in this like boxed up community. And so they're building those things. And you know, if you live in those things, you get like I don't know, like free tickets to the park. It's really they're really taking over a lot of Orlando. So they have their own police department here. They have their own fire department. I don't know about California, but here they have their own police department that pays better than the police. And you carry guns in the park. They have their own fire department. They have like detective work, which is really funny.
You know what this sounds like, drunk? You know what this sounds like? There's a book I read. It's called like Blueprints of the Afterlife, and it's kind of this weird. I would say the best comparison is like Cloud Atlas, kind of as far as like this web of different timelines.
That's the true.
It is the true. I like Cloud Atlas.
Oh God,
it's just weird.
But there's this one like storyline. This guy has like a Coca-Cola gun and stuff. You know, it's like all the companies have taken over so much that like they were instead of countries or anything, it was like the companies, the entities were the symbol for like factions and stuff. So, you know,
that's what it kind of is.
Yeah, it's like that and basketball from the South Park guys with like
or Idiocracy.
The tampon stadiums. Yeah, Idiocracy is great too. Like we're getting to like these far-fetched ideas. 20 years ago it's like no way, silly goose, and now it's like shit. Like this is becoming reality.
Well, they got in some interesting facts. They get their designs from China because that's what China does. In new cities, China builds like I call them like lunchable cities, man. Like everything is in the city. Like they build it specifically so you never leave. Your job. So they build a factory. Let's say they build a factory that they make shoes. So you get the notice from the government, hey, you get to work at the factory the rest of your life because it's communist. So then you go to that city, they give you your apartment. Nobody owns anything there. You can't buy a home. You can't do it. Like you're not allowed to own anything. So you go there and everything is in the city. Your job, a place like a grocery store, restaurants, like even a place of worship, this and that. Like it's all like they just build it so people don't have to leave. Like, and they think that's a way to stop like their traffic control. Like if they can keep people contained, then they won't, get a car and drive places. So it'll stop the carbon monoxide.
Let me get this right. Is this like it sounds? Maybe I heard it wrong, but it sounds kind of like the Jews, the ghettos during World War II. You know what I'm talking about?
I mean, they can leave and do whatever they want, but yeah, it's pretty like, dude, I'm telling you, I was just there last year. They're building these cities and they're empty. They're just waiting to move people in. Once a factory gets put in there, they'll flood it with people.
Developer planned communities.
Yeah, so it's like built already, and it's just like surrounded by like their military, and no one's allowed to go in. It's like, no, they don't get any squatters or anything. And then once whatever factory goes in there, it's like they flood in there.
Maybe a cheesecake factory.
Could be anything.
And Gaze, I did hear
Cheesecake
you.
Factory is good.
I did hear
What?
you sing Elvis in the ghetto. I grew up
In the
in
ghetto.
Yeah.
In the ghetto.
Hey, Drunk, I was just wondering, for Halloween, would you be willing to maybe escort to a costume party? You dress up spiffy, dress up like James Bond. You are the most handsome man on YouTube. Get yourself a tux, bow tie, etc. And would you be willing to maybe meet somewhere in the middle between Orlando and Tampa area? Man of Sex. He wears a black wig quite well. Put it that way.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
And he could be your arm piece. And when he takes off the wig, when he gets really wild at the end of the night, all the ladies will be like, "Oh my god, Drunk TPO got the best catch of all. Look at Man of Sex's hair."
Yeah, all depends on how high his heels are. You gotta have high heels to accentuate the calf muscle.
I'll have to have my wife do my makeup for me.
Oh my god.
They'll have ginger envy.
Yeah.
Sorry,
Can't wear the stilettos. I don't want that hoe. Put it that way.
Yes,
That's
you
how
do too.
that-
Shut your mouth.
I'm actually going as Thor. I'm wearing the blonde wig and everything.
wait. Are you gonna go as Fat Thor?
Yeah.
Oh, come on.
I thought I wouldn't even need a costume. I just put a jacket on and walk out. So the word. So no, we're gonna do like I usually go to the children's hospital and we give out candy and like hang out there for Halloween and like
T-shirts.
Wait, what?
Said Candy and Black Angus T-shirts.
yeah.
Vaginal mesh T-shirts.
That's right. Here you go, kid.
It's kind of taboo to hand out candy to children, right?
Oh, Drunk.
Well,
in case
it's approved candy. You ever like? Don't you guys remember trick or treating? I can't even say it. And like, you always remember the home that gave you like pennies or like that brick candy that you hate, and you remember that's getting an egg later tonight. So like, we don't want to be those people that show up with Angus T-shirts so they egg our home when they get better from cancer or something like that.
Oh, damn.
Sends me what I think is a heartfelt letter and a little trinket from El Salvador for his journeys, and he does this to me.
He's twisting
You know
it to
that
attack
wives'
you.
tale where they always put the razor blades inside the candy?
Razor blades.
The apples, man. They do it in the apples.
You think they're gonna do that with the Gillette thing now that no one likes them anymore?
That's what they're giving out, Gillette razors.
They'll have a bunch of spare Gillette razors.
Did y'all ever get candy like you weren't allowed to eat because your mom thought it was like, that looks suspect?
Wait,
Yes.
you know what,
Yes.
Drunk?
Absolutely.
That wasn't wrapped right. You're not eating that.
You know what, Drunk? You're throwing shade at me and my shirts.
Sorry.
Waiting for my camera to pop up. One moment.
Oh, Jesus, what is that?
I got these from Cinemark, these awesome Rocket Man posters. I was gonna send you one because You know,
That's pretty cool,
I
actually.
care so much, you know, and I think you think this speaks to you and to who you are. And you want to throw shade at me, and so you know what? Now you're not gonna get this this gay man's poster. You're
Yeah,
not
he
worthy.
is. You don't want to hang on to that shit.
I think Drunk already has one of those, but with him wearing the glasses.
Yeah. I have a
Oh my
full-figure
god,
cutout.
please do a review randomly for no reason, Drunk. Just do a review dressed as Elton John from the 70s. like watch some old like Criterion movie or just something really drab and serious. Like watch The Phoenix. Not the Dark Phoenix, but watch Phoenix. It's a Criterion about this Jewish woman who got facial reconstruction, and she goes back to her husband, who thinks she's dead because he ended up selling her out to the Nazis, and so she's like playing along with his shit until she like does like a mic drop at the end. Just do a review like something drab like that, but dress as Elton John. Just people are like, what the fuck happened to?
Fun stuff, Angus. It sounds like some fun stuff.
Or better yet, the next fundraiser when you slip up and make a video where you're like, hey, if you want me to do this, then blah blah blah, and I'll hear it and I'll make a video.
I know.
We'll crowdfund and like that'll be a tier. Like, hey, drop $100. Drunk will dress like Elton John when he goes to the movies.
He'll dress as Rocket Man for Rocket Man.
Rocket Man!
You know, there's actually I
That'd
love
be
that
fun.
song and a good cover. Look up Rocket Man Bluegrass cover. It's really good.
Oh, bluegrass.
Yeah, I'm not a bluegrass guy, but it's a really good cover.
You're whiter than
You
I
killed
am.
the mood, man.
Did I?
Now, how do you throw bluegrass in the middle of like Rocket Man?
Well, you
Bluegrass.
know what it was is when you watch Thunderstruck, in the suggestions it'll have like the cover, so it'll have like two cellos Thunderstruck cover, which is amazing, and they have like the bluegrass cover of Thunderstruck, which is pretty cool and inventive, and they have like Iron Maiden's Trooper bluegrass cover, and so you get through the wormhole, and then you're like, wow, these crazy bluegrass covers are awesome. Then you get to Rocket Man, like, wow, like this bluegrass guys are crazy.
Sweet love to this bluegrass music.
Bluegrass.
Don't lie, Man of Sex. You know you watch it.
I'll watch it. I won't enjoy it. I'll watch it though. I'll humor you.
You know you watch it in between your hacking.
Yeah, that's my hack.
It's your hacking music.
Pumps on my bluegrass.
I'm pretty sure he actually charged a few albums to my credit card.
Do you have to have a banjo if it's considered bluegrass in the music?
I don't think so, but it's kind of just it's
Gotta
the
be.
thing.
Or one of those old-fashioned washboards from like 1850
Skiffle.
that they play?
It's skiffles what they call them.
Oh, is it? See, I'm not that diverse in bluegrass anatomy.
Well, you know what? My mom, she, her and my stepdad.
Your mom was a bluegrasser?
No. When
Oh, sorry.
when they used to go to Billy Bob's here and there, which is like a it's in like Dallas and Fort Worth. It's like this mainly country bar club thing. They have like, you know, older acts come, and I guess an opening group had a skiffle, and my mom's like, look, they're playing a washboard, or like, oh, we're gonna get you a skiffle. You know, they just fucking troll me with skiffle when I was a kid, my whole life, and yeah, so yeah, I know what the fuck a skiffle is thanks to my parents.
Hey, man, that's good knowledge. For whatever.
For never.
I mean, I said for whatever.
I
was
mean,
like,
yeah, I mean, how many times are you going through like music history and like, oh man, yeah, like the skiffle. Where would we be
Oh man,
without
listen
the
to
Beatles
this is
and
a good
skiffles?
moonshine jug solo.
like playing the spoon. You ever tried to play the spoons?
No,
No.
because
Yeah, me either. So I was just wondering.
don't lie, don't lie.
Moon man.
Did Rookie Critic leave? I didn't even notice.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
left.
So sad.
Supposedly his family's there to play Pokemon
Oh.
Stadium.
Oh,
Brian the Observer says you can use a fiddle and a dulcimer. Yeah, I know what a dulcimer is.
I don't know what that is either.
Wookie Lives Matter says chicks only dig drunk from the knee down.
Yeah, that whole face. That whole face. My calf face. That's from playing football when I was younger. He builds up legs. I don't know. Whatever.
To 1900s.
I think the first person I'm meeting is Mary. Mary's gonna be at Disney World in September.
Oh wait, Mary Mayhem?
Yeah.
Wow, nice. Oh
Wait,
yeah,
so you're not stopping by tonight?
No, sorry.
Damn it.
Well, if Mary's going to Florida, it's not that crazy of a detour to swing on by Pennsylvania and hang out with one of our friends.
I think she's
You know what I'm
below
talking
you.
about. You know what I'm talking about, Red Gaze.
Yeah. Our
Wow.
good friend.
Good job, Black.
Oh, what?
You don't live in Pennsylvania.
It's not what you think, Man of Six.
No, I live in Ohio.
Yeah.
I was just trying to help out a fellow of mine yesterday. That's all.
You saw
Someone's
it.
got
John.
a crush on Mary.
Bluegrass.
Oh my god. Hey, you know what's funny, man? I don't know if you ever saw this. And it's sort of a joke, and it sort of isn't. So on my Patreon, I kind of copied the tiers of Anomaly Ink and Lethal Lightning. I use them as like my templates, kind of build
Never
off of.
shout out your patrons.
And well, I haven't even checked my Patreon. Well, are you Jedi or higher in the Black Angolian army? Because that might be why you're not shouted out more. Anyway, yeah, you got to read the fine print.
Is this like Scientology?
Yeah.
It's Angusology.
No, okay, so I got like the I think $1. I want to say $1, $3, $5, $10, $20, $25, etc. It gets to 50, and then I jumped to 1,000. All right, and it's kind of a joke and it kind of isn't. So the $1,000 tier is like a day with Angus, and it's to like cover like my flight to wherever the fuck you are, hang out with you and shit. Just have a day with me, and I have this long show. It's like, you can go to a football game and go here, you can play games, you can stream, and go to a strip club, go to a Bible study, like whatever the fuck you want to do. I'll come to you and hang out with you for the day.
Yeah.
And I should add, perhaps, we can go to a bluegrass festival. If anyone's interested, and I like bluegrass, I'll weather some fucking bluegrass. If you want to
Your top tier of your Gator book, you take them out to fucking McDonald's and you order off the dollar menu.
Why?
Because it's good. It'll sell, man. Everyone wants to meet Black Angus in person, eat it off the dollar menu.
Yeah. I actually thought about signing up for that, but then I thought, well, I really don't want to be raped.
I thought you were gonna make either a black joke or be like, I just really don't want to meet Black Angus.
I already bought the vaginal mesh.
You're gonna need anal mesh for this one now.
Oh,
when Jared got the anal mesh, left.
hey, man, it's like, so you want to kind of walk through drunk what the vaginal mesh joke is about?
Oh yeah, I somewhat remember it. We were talking about his douchey Gator book or whatever it's called.
Douchey Gator book. Okay.
The best Gator. And there's one part where once you go Gator, you don't come back later. What was it?
No. Mad Squirrel. Okay, so the joke was like, I was saying I need something where it's like, he fucks someone and the hooker's like, he goes to see her again. Yeah, and he's like, hey, let's go for another round. She's like, oh no, meth gear, last time, you busted my vaginal mesh, and his catchphrase, his kind of, once you go black, you don't go black kind of phrase is like, once you go Gator, you want nothing later.
My vaginal mesh. Meth Gator, you busted my vaginal mesh wide open, you disgusting bitch.
Oh, when did Death Peter's girlfriend become infamous?
Lethal Lightning's getting hard if you talk about that.
Hey, Lethal Lightning's on my shit list, by the way. I don't appreciate that destroying my character on stream like that.
He fucking
No wonder I'm
you.
losing subs.
Well, that's okay. I got his notifications blown up when we were dual twattering, and I told him to say "fuck your whole bitch" on Twitter.
Oh my god! People are like, "Oh my god, what has happened to Lethal Lightning?"
He's going off the rails.
He's having a meltdown.
He's having an Australian meltdown.
It's specific to his longitude. But yeah, that's the origin of vaginal mesh. Drunk is I was saying like I need like a sequence where like he like fucks a hooker and he like busts out her vaginal mesh, and so he can like say this funny line that Mad Scroll coined, and I'm going to credit her in the book.
Oh, my vaginal mesh! You just busted it. I can't wait for that Teespring merch.
Dude, that's how you should sell this comic book. You should like throw in a T-shirt and
vaginal match.
Like do the whole and then then you could get the bonus if you're one of the first 100, you get the bonus story of vaginal mesh only for the first 100.
The vaginal mesh can.
Oh my god, the book, the shirt also all come in the vaginal.
Dude, you'd be a millionaire, and
everything shipped in a vaginal mesh.
It destroys.
Did you hear him now? Like Angus is like, man, someone really wants to do like a serious interview about my comic book, and they're like, so, Mr. Black Angus, what else do you get for? Well, you get a vaginal mesh.
I'm so glad you asked.
You actually get 1 ounce of pure crystal meth. No. You know what's funny? I was joking about. I can't remember if it was in like a chat or what, but I was like, yeah, I'm trying to figure out how to make this character relatable, because especially in this time where we need, actors to really be what they're playing and this and that. It's like, should I even be writing this? I'm neither a gator or a meth user, So I really got to focus writing a story and do it well.
Did you just have to spell out that you're not a gator? Go to Florida, no one can molest you.
Yeah, you just stand next to the sign.
Don't touch me, I'm a gator!
He's like, gator. Is that a vaginal mesh I hear ching-changing in the background?
I got a roll ready to load up.
Oh yeah.
But no, this is like a real thing. Drunk 3PO, I was surprised. I'm like, what? I thought he would get a kick. He's in Florida. I thought he would get a kick out of this, and he's just like,
But you know how you are. Like, look, I sent Angus like a nice message, like, hey man, I really appreciate you supporting. What does he respond? LOL, you're gay. Like,
That's to be expected.
So it's hard to take anything serious.
I did that to someone. One of my coworkers was running late, so I call him like, "Hey, where the fuck are you?" The foreman's wondering where you're at, and he said something, and like we're done. He texts me. It's like, "Hey, thanks for checking out. I appreciate it." I'm like, "Let's not get weepy here, queer." Like,
it's only worse if you say in person, "Lol, you're gay."
And he's like, he came to work, and he's like, "Yeah, you never replied." Because I thought he'd be like, "Ah, ha, ha," or something. And he's like, "I didn't know I had to reply to that." And it wasn't, no, it's not like, he's like some like SJW little whiny bitch. It's like, bros going to lay pipe plumbing, Really? I thought there'd be a quip from that, Man of Sex.
Haha, you're gay.
Yeah, drunk though. You know, it's funny though, because there's another comic I actually have planned. It'll be longer. I possibly, I don't know. Maybe Meth Gear will last longer than this other comic I've originally had planned. I won't divulge it. Man of Sex and Gays know about it. Um, but well, you know, actually, I don't even have to worry about it. It's going to be an anthropomorphic world. You know, like humanoid animal creatures, furries.
Furry,
You know,
furry.
yeah,
Just say
furries.
furry.
They're furry.
Furries. And I was about to ask you what animal should you be cast as. I was like, wait, I forgot. Drunk is going to be his robot self in the book, so don't worry. But yeah, you're already planning to be in my book. And you know, I got to figure out a way to incorporate you and Lonely Banter, Man of Sex, and Jesse into my Meth Gator book. Uh, well, give us some ideas. What would you like to see? Or like, you're flipping through Meth Gator and you're like, hey, there's me. What do you picture yourself doing?
A sex anaconda? Duh.
Oh.
Yeah, don't do that. Because all I can see now is like some kids from my school that ended up buying the comic book going, that looks like you. Yeah, it's not me. I don't know this person. He's obviously an idiot.
Wait. You expect a big pandemic of kids in your class to
All
be
it takes
reading
is one, bro.
to be
All it
reading
takes is
Meth
one.
Gator.
All it takes is one. Hey, that comic book will be popular in Florida. I'm telling you.
Well,
I'm telling
you know the thing is, dude. You know, like after Breaking Bad, there hasn't been really any meth representation, and so I'm just trying to do my part for the community.
Yeah.
It will sell in Florida. I can if it can get the word out, like people would buy that.
I
Because
don't
meth
know.
is a big deal here in Florida.
Okay, here's the thing though, because Meth Gator is going to be born in Okefenokee, which is almost completely a Georgia-based swamp, like from the documentary I put on YouTube. So,
You should have it born in the Midwest.
no,
I don't
have
know,
them
man. Find your target audience and target them for maximum.
target the meth heads.
A gator
Yeah.
from Chicago or something.
No.
Gator from Detroit.
No. Man of Sex, I like what you're thinking. No, but we're gonna do even better. All right, it's gonna be a female gator. All right, we're gonna, you know, once this gets popular, SJW's gonna come in and, you know, somehow take over, and it'll be a transgender of color gator from Pakistan with a burqa. There you go, Meth Gator reboot.
From crack.
Yeah, man. I think you should like dial it back a little, make it a little more simpler for people from Georgia to read.
Gator stand.
Yeah.
Gator stand. But no, it's a real thing. I'm having fun. I've been reading a lot of stuff. I just watched TMNT. I'm sure I grew up with the original live action film, but I don't remember. So it was pretty enjoyable watching it. Like I shared I can't remember her name, but the April from the film. God, she's fucking hot, and she's like 51 now. It's like she's still banging.
Yeah.
You know, watched that. I've seen the Michael Bay reboot from like 2014. Wasn't bad. I need to watch it again, get a different insight. Read the first issue of TMNT. A little more violent, and it's crazy because the writers didn't plan the second issue. They just were going to do a one shot. I'm like, that's it, and it just blew up. So like, I guess we got to write more. And let's see what else I've been reading. Ghost Rider original series, Jonah Hex. I just started, like you saw in the chat. It's been really fun getting into this.
Jonah Hex is good.
Yeah, Loix is like, what tarnation? You know?
Jonah Hex, the guy that got his jaw like shot up, right? Same.
Yeah. It's
Am I thinking of the right one? Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I haven't seen the movie. I know it's like critically and audience-wise just like hated, but
I didn't see the movie either. I knew the comic. I didn't know if the movie was good.
Okay, really quick. This is a guy, you Punisher fan, and I'm gonna keep bothering you about this because you know you're all about Star Wars and Marvel coverage. Well, cover some Marvel comics. You know, give us your take on comics people should be reading. Did you see the Thomas Jane? Like he did the original Punisher, like '04 movie, or whatever. But did you see the like short film he did afterwards, like about 5-6 years later?
Nope.
Oh, dude, it's really cool. It's really simple. He's like just Punisher going to wash his clothes at the laundromat.
Wait. I did see that. Yeah.
Yeah,
And at
it's
the
good
end,
shit, right?
yeah, that was better than the movie. He like
Wait,
beats people up with bottles, and I know what you're talking about.
wait, you didn't like the first Punisher movie?
I thought the short was a little bit better. The first Punisher movie was a little like I didn't with John Travolta. Is that the one you're talking about,
Yeah.
or the one before that?
Yeah, I know Dolph did one, but I never seen it. So
The Dolph Lundgren one was oh my god, was it terrible? But it's yeah, no, I didn't think it was terrible. Like I enjoyed it, but Punisher to me is like it should be like Deadpool R, not like they made him a little. They made it softer so he could like I guess the movie could have a wider range of people.
Yeah, well,
But
okay.
they didn't make it an R-rated movie. So then they came out with Punisher War Campaign, which I thought was a good film.
You mean Warzone?
Or yeah, you guys got War Campaign in my brain. Do that.
That would be a great crossover. It's really quick. Man of Sex. I don't know if I said this, but I really want to figure out a way to cross Black Angus, like the picture in my stream with the devil chick with him. That's like my character. I really want to find a way to cross, like, have a comic where it's like Black Angus meets the War Campaign. we team up to take back holes, or I don't know. Like, we'll figure it out. But
Where do you meet them? What's the background? Dollar store?
Wow.
Or maybe somewhere picking up Valtrex at a Walgreens.
Valtrex. Wait, is that for herpes?
Maybe.
Well, I was a medic in the army, so I had to take down these medication lists and stuff. So I'm like, wait, what the fuck is this?
So I had to take Valtrex all the time. Resuscitating a lot of men.
Oh my god! Besides Punisher drunk, actually, really quick, what I was gonna say about Punisher is like some of these comic movies I come into. Like I just watched Ghost Rider again for the first time in like I would say almost a decade. I didn't mind it. I thought it was cool as a kid when I saw it, but it didn't stick. And I watched it again, being a YouTuber and stuff, watching film and stuff, kind of seeing it differently, but still enjoyed it overall. Reading the comic, I'm like, they stay pretty faithful and kind of readapted from the original story. I thought well. And then I watched Spirit of Vengeance, and I really agree with Red Letter Media after I watched it. I watched their review, and it's like, yeah, I didn't mind it. A lot of people crapped on it, but I thought it had some intensity to it, and it was fun. Like I thought if they just like tightened up the story and stuff, and the kind of directing of like acting scenes, it would have been better. But I'm wondering. Sorry, the point of that was like I think comic movies before the MCU, um, besides like Spider-Man and the X-Men series and Batman, and even the Batman Michael Keaton shit was like kind of silly still. Um, they were steps in the right direction, but they still didn't like know like, hey, we can like make comic hero movies and not be comic booky. We can make like real serious films. Like people they didn't know how to pitch them or sell them or like how to stylize them.
Well, that Punisher film was supposed to be a trilogy, and when it wasn't the success that they thought it would be, they were going to try to like at least bring in like John Travolta was supposed to turn into Jigsaw, and that was supposed to be the Punisher's villain again, even though technically he died in the film, but you know how film goes. So, but it never panned out. So then they like I have the whole story was kind of interesting, but like Warzone was supposed to be an adaptation with the original guy that played the Punisher, who was in what's his name again? He was in Deep Blue Sea. Yeah, that guy Thomas. And then so then they decided they'll just do a break off and see if this movie will catch, and it didn't do as well. So it did terrible actually in the box office. So they just scrapped it. But it's just sad because they haven't really had like they could really do an awesome series with him, but if they, I just think they need to make it like Commando.
Yeah, I haven't seen Warzone. I need to just to like round it out, but I,
It's yeah, he just kills people. That's about it.
yeah, it's weird. Punisher, and I was telling you this because like you really like caught me off guard. I was gonna say blew my mind, but I got stuck. Um,
I
well,
got scared.
you caught me off guard when you're like, yeah, Batman sucks, and I'm like, wait, you love the Punisher? And one thing I've noticed, like watching the Punisher show, the first season, haven't seen the second one, don't really care to, um, is that he really worked super fucking well in Daredevil season two, but then you watch his show and it's like, oh, my wife, my kids. It's like something about it, even though it's so similar to Batman as far as family tragedy, kind of motivating him for X amount of time. Something
Yeah,
about Batman, I think maybe because he's a kid, so it just traumatized him so much that like that's the core of him. Works when Punisher doesn't. And I think it's because Punisher has his shit happen as a man. And so it's like, yeah, I know it sucks, but like people move on, like, something doesn't quite work, at least film wise, for like that angle for me with Punisher. And I know I've read some Punisher stories where like he gets a girlfriend, he sleeps around here and there, but he's really focused on
yeah.
his
They
family
in the
stuff.
TV show they dragged it. It was like that was season two was a lot better. It was a lot more who he was, just like a killing machine. So the first one was a little too much drama.
But yeah,
So
I gotta tell you, dude, you should give Batman another chance. Read Batman White Knight. I think you really like that. It's a cool
you know what
take.
Batman I really love? Batman versus Alien or Batman versus Predator. Excuse me. I thought that was really
Yeah,
cool.
I found two issues at my thrift shop, and I I've read the first issue. I like it so far. It's got a good tone, and yeah, if you like that, you'll like White Knight. Um, so definitely check that out on that site I just sent you.
White
Um,
Knight is awesome.
I'm reading Curse of White Knight right now. I feel like White Knight right now. It's kind of like how to say it, like Star Trek Two, the J.J. Abrams Star Trek, where it's like, look out, everyone, it's Khan. It's like, wait, like no one knows who the fuck that is in this timeline, and most people watching this, new fans don't know who Khan is. Like, who? Why are you selling this? And so like the second series, the Curse of the White Knight, they're like Azrael, and I'm like, I don't know who the fuck that is. So like, this mystique to him doesn't make any sense to me so far. But yeah, it's interesting. It's really well written thus far. Aside from that kind of angle of like, all right, you kind of picking your poison. Do I want to appeal to new people or like stick to like something known? I'm kind of in the middle. But no,
You
definitely.
mean from my channel?
What do
What
you
are you
mean?
talking about?
No, no, no.
Oh,
I was
oh,
talking about the
saying
comic, but no, like you should definitely check it out. And no, I would love to see comic coverage or like your favorite comic stuff on your
it's
channel.
coming, man. It's coming.
But
I'm
yeah,
just trying to build. Like I'm trying to build. I read this book on like building for YouTube.
mhm.
So I'm trying to follow it. It seems to be working. So it's
Oh yeah, you're definitely a focused
trying to
guy.
get to a certain point, and then I could start adding a little bit more stuff. So
No, yeah, I totally get what you're doing, and I appreciate the insight you give us. I kind of like, I'm one of those like, I'm not saying you don't have it, but like for me, like I read the book Fountainhead when I was in high school, and it was just very perplexing given like where I was at that point in life, what it was saying, and so like the how to say it, the kind of portrayal of integrity to oneself from the Rourke character really affected me, really stuck with me. And so for me, it's like,
mm.
yeah, I know there's an algorithm. I know there's like you get rewarded better if you just stick to like a couple things and this and that. But for me, it's like I'm all over the place, and I can't do that. So it's like I might read like like the Playboy. I happened to just start reading this issue I got at the store, and then I saw your video, and it's like even though this is like over a year old, as far as the Hugh Hefner shit with Last Jedi, like I feel it ties with this article I just read and your inspiration from that video. That's the thing, because everyone's covering that same topic, but it's like even though you're like sticking to Galaxy's Edge and Star Wars, I feel there's a real investment from 3PO, and he got personality.
I appreciate that. It's gonna branch out, man. Like I'm trying to once episode 9 is done, I think I'll have a nice concrete of then I'm gonna start adding other playlist stuff. So comics is definitely in there. So that's
Yeah,
just where we're
you know,
at.
for me, it's really fun because
It all depends on what you want to do with YouTube. That's the thing. So
yeah. For me, it's really fun going through comics now, not just for Meth Gator and getting more understanding. Try to write a good character and good story. It's not completely like I've seen this a million times or whatever. Um, but it's like it's a whole new medium for me to read, and so it's like it's fresh. Comic Skate has definitely contributed to my interests, but I was already interested a little bit before, but I didn't realize libraries had access, and there's like free websites to find old issues and stuff. Um, but that's the thing. I tell people every stream, like, go to your library. There's graphic novel sections. There's films there you never heard of or that you didn't think to watch before. But the theaters suck. Like, besides Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, I haven't seen a movie since I think Endgame. Because like, well, I saw Crawl. I saw Crawl. That was pretty good. But like good films that are interesting, uh, catching my eye are far and few between anymore. And I think it's just because we're kind of tapped out. So we need to go back to our roots, back to older stories. Um, but yeah,
I agree.
besides, and I want to do this roundtable with Man of Sex and Gaze. For you, besides Punisher, what are some other characters or stories you like in comics?
I liked all the series. Like I really loved Civil War was like the last one I was really heavily invested in. And like I bought like the graphic novels for all that. But then like after that, it just I kind of got pulled into the movies, so I kind of stopped getting on that aspect. So the whole Civil War series was fantastic. With Captain America dying, and then like the whole, I got back into the Punisher when the Punisher became Captain America again for a little bit, and totally screwed it up. And yeah, in the only ways he knew how. But it's been all Marvel, and then like I said, like it's in The Walking Dead, but then that's about it. Comics now are getting. I mean, I'm waiting for Cyberfrog, and I'm waiting, for some of the other ones that when you guys promote them, I always like to help people.
Oh, so you've been backing some Indiegogos?
About 12 of them, yeah.
Wow. What are some of the besides
Good
Cyberpunk?
man.
What's some of the ones you're like really interested in?
The other ones, uh, almost everyone that Ethan puts on, I try to at least get a copy. So I almost, I don't want to say his name because I know how War Campaign doesn't like him, but
No.
because I thought
Say it.
Earthworm Jim was going to be one to get, but I didn't get him.
Well,
So,
hey, I'll
like,
tell you this, and Red Gaze will agree. I don't know if
because at that one point I thought he was like part of the club. You know what I mean?
well, dude,
So
here I'll show you.
You get anything that you want to get, in my opinion. I don't like.
nah, but it's still like I want to like. My thing is, I'm with like I don't know War Campaign, but I'm like I'm against all this crap that they're doing, and I want to like stick with the cause.
Here, I'll show you this
And
drunk.
does that make sense?
I backed Bigfoot Bill, and
Who's that girl that you just did? I think I backed her too. Just
Mandy
recently.
Summers.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, well, I'm gonna sell this. I've been waiting. I've just been letting it sit, but it's like, well, fuck Doug TenNapel. He's a piece of shit. So I don't want this in my house because I'm gonna eventually when he puts out, book 2, I'm gonna be like, fuck. I really needed Bigfoot Bill 2, despite him being a piece of shit. And it's like, you know, um, yeah, I'm playing myself, but I'm showing you that because it's like, dude, I backed Doug TenNapel. He writes good shit. From what I've read thus far, he's just a piece of shit. And it's funny. You should definitely watch that kill stream because it's even more lightning about Doug. Where it's like, well,
Was he
it
on
just
there?
no. He
No.
just is giving the backstory. It wasn't just like, oh yeah, like it wasn't
It's
just
the backstory, and all the people were pretty much quoting Doug. So you kind of see where.
Yeah. Okay, so one thing that happened was like Doug went to San Diego. He met Jeremy and Nerdrotic, and Mike Miller hung out with them too. And,
I think I got Mike Miller's comic too.
yeah, and then they hung out at like a crowdfunding panel at San Diego Comic Con with Brian Pulido of Lady Death Coffin Comics and stuff, and Billy Tucci. I'm not sure who else is there, but Billy Tucci, I think, would definitely be connected to Doug because of EVS. But from what we understand and what's pretty obvious is EVS pulled that guy up when he had like a 2-book deal fall apart, and he was like gonna be broke with a family, and he was like, "Hey, make a new character and we'll start building him up." And Doug dedicated that book. The reason I bought Bigfoot Bill to start with, because I didn't care the art style, was EVS cried when he's like, "Yeah, I dedicated the book to you." That last day on the funding for it, and I'm like, oh wow, like he's just crying. This must mean a lot, There must be a real relationship here. So yeah, I'll back his buddy. And so yeah, when they're at the San Diego Comic Con, he omits Eason, who got him into crowdfunding to begin with, and thinks
Yeah,
like,
I remember that. And he
yeah,
forgot to say something. Then he said, "I'm sorry, I forgot you." Then he blocked him.
Yeah. And what's
Weird
funny though
crap
is
like
because
that, yeah.
before he replied with that, like, "Hey, sorry, I was just in the moment, I forgot," he like said some shit to EVS about this whole thing, and then he replied publicly. So it was like two-faced. So it's like, oh, it was like you can surmise and maybe be wrong about. Well, maybe he was just in the moment, and forgot. He was just kind of, shell shocked and just thinking about the people around him. But it's like it was very clear when you get all the pieces, like, oh no. And then he's got this little trying to start like this like gay ops council to take down EVS, and it's like, what the hell? Like this guy
Why?
literally got you 50 grand in one night and helped. Like you would have
Because
nothing.
he's a backstabbing douchebag. That's
would have
why.
nothing.
I don't know why. Like, what is there to gain? I don't get that.
Because
He wants to siphon it.
Yeah, because EVS
Audience.
is, he's the lord of the gays. He's a gay lord. He's helped instigate the war campaign, dildo memes, and the gayness and everything. And so we're just an SJW rainbow coalition, and we hate Christians and this and that. It's just.
By the way, those dildo memes were pretty much me, and it was for a nonprofit organization.
Well,
all me. 31 Days of Dick. I own all the domains. And we raised $245 to testicular cancer awareness. So I am not ashamed of it.
As you shouldn't be. And that has now been upgraded to 365 days of dick to combat the pussies.
This is why I love War Campaign. I'm so glad to be a part of it. It's funny, like, it's funny. Someone was on Twitter, like, after, the disavowing of War Campaign by Caesar and stuff, and everyone's like celebrating this and that, and they're like, I'm going to stop talking about drama on Twitter, and it's like, well, don't fucking talk about it then. And they're like, oh, you used to be so nice, now you're just a group thinker, and it's like, fuck.
Days later, they were all at each other's throats with drama again.
Yeah, it's just like so many phonies that like War Campaign's always right about these people. Like they got there's a sense to it, and they're always right about these people, And it's funny too because like I've tried to be, I would say maybe more neutral than some of the peers in War Campaign. Like I had Preston on before he ever got any notoriety with Malin or anything, and I was aware he didn't like War Campaign, he didn't like Caesar. I'm like, hey, whatever, I'll host discourse, so you can't say I'm just only with my people. And yeah, it's like he gets exposure and experience with people of War Campaign and adjacents and whatnot. They're friendly, and he's still just got like a vendetta. It's just these people are weird, It's like there's a reason people turn CG only, or just go the fuck away, because. Like CG is a principled stance, so it's like if you're going to leave CG, you have no principles.
Well, this is the thing too: is everyone keeps saying that they War Campaign doesn't back people. Whatever. Nick like constantly promotes books. I know tons of people that promote books and back. I know someone in War Campaign who always buys the top tier of every book, and it's amazing. And that's what's so funny about all this. And that's the thing. We don't care. You go buy Doug's book. We're not saying the only thing, like the whole thing with Jeremy that fell out where he was going crazy on us, is basically just saying, hey, Doug kind of fucked us over. Watch your back. And he freaked out. So, yep. That's my opinion.
I just fund. I keep with the program
What you want?
because if we could get it's really sad what I don't know where this infestation began or like who's like the one person pulling the strings from everybody. But it's like they're not going to change until they don't see any money. Like every time you talk about comics, all you see is like DC's dead, Marvel's dead, no one's buying comics. And then you see these campaigns, and I'm like, this dude got like $150,000. This dude got like, and it's like they're not dead. Like people don't want crap,
Yeah, exactly.
and it's just like what. And if we keep doing this, then maybe somewhere along the line, someone's eyes will be open and go, yeah, let's go back to making good stuff again.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
No, I still stand. Like you're seeing it with comics games because they're sticking to older format of storytelling where it's like let's not be
it's
divisive.
not that. It's just like I hate politics. I hate
Well, no,
politics.
yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Is like
Like I
there's
hate like politics. I just hate politics. Period.
yeah, like
So
like with Black Panther, for instance, his introduction with the Fantastic Four is kind of an incidental enemy, and then kind of he reveals himself like, oh, we're actually cool.
We'll keep you safe.
They
May-
realize Black Panther will protect them.
yeah, maybe they incorporate here and there later on in the story, but I don't recall them ever. I don't know any iconography of Black Panther. Maybe with Ta-Nehisi Coates, whatever the fuck that guy's name is, the Coates guy. He's writing Black Panther now in Captain America. Maybe he is because he's a racist, but I don't know of any like divisive like Black Lives Matter type of stories with Black Panther. Um, if you use politics before, like Civil War, but the comic and the movie is a kind of a states' rights type of sovereignty of borders argument, and neither side is right, and neither side is really wrong. It's kind of like a pick your poison type of political storytelling, which is subtle still. It's mainly like you're focused on just like the fight of Spider-Man and all this, but um, there's that subtext of like governmental policies and everything. Um, and that's how you should use politics in storytelling, unless you want to be very specific and limit your audience. And even then, if it's got to be coherent, and it's just that's what I mean. Like people in Comicsgate, they're going backwards as far as story writing. They're not doing this new shit where it's like moral relativism. I remember you and Salty Nerd drunk were talking about this, where it's like, is it a problem to have like kids loving someone like Thanos? I love Thanos, but I'm an adult. I can kind of understand the shortcomings of his plan and this and that and the morality of it, even though he's very engaging. When you start getting to this point where you have moral relativism in comics and the hero, like Killmonger as well. Killmonger is more relatable for the audience than the hero Black Panther. Black Panther and with Shuri as well, kind of stating the subtext of the story. She kind of says something where it's like, with the suit, where it's like, oh, the suit's fine. She's like, just because it works doesn't mean it can't be better. All right, and then that kind of reflects on Wakanda. All right, and there's this kind of whole subtext that reflects on America, where it's like, I get this tone of like America was never great because the whole plot of the Wakanda backstory is like, look what our forefathers did, and it's like not acknowledging at all the fact that you wouldn't have Wakanda today how it is without your forefathers keeping fuckers out of their borders, like it's just like
yeah,
when you tell such muddled stories that are made potentially for kids as the main audience, like you're not going to go anywhere. You gotta have that kind of the hero and the villain that are very outright, even if they're sympathetic, or maybe the hero is kind of not always good. You gotta have it where it's like clearly this is the side you need to pick, and that's really where I think the shortcoming comes from, along with the politics.
that was a mouthful, but I got you.
It was.
That's what she
Mouthful of
said.
Angus.
Gaze, comics you like and or are reading currently.
Currently, nothing. I'm waiting for my books to come. I've been out of the mainstream for a while. Honestly, yeah, the last mainstream I read was Batman White Knight, which is amazing.
It is. Did you like the ending of the first series though? Because the last issue, I was like, it's kind of dropped the ball. Like, it was a good cliffhanger, but it kind of dropped the ball for me.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, I enjoyed it like front to back because I got it as a graphic novel. I just got everything at once.
Yeah, I binged it once I found it online.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I haven't done mainstream comics in a while. I'll pick up a Batman issue every now and then, but I usually regret it, so I stop.
It's funny with Punisher because I was. It's funny that EVS cover this because I go to the library a lot, especially the site I'm working at right now. It's pretty close to the library when I'm going home, and so I'll stop there and I'll look at the comic section. Sometimes there's here and there old stuff, but almost everything is new, and almost all of it's Marvel or like DC Rebirth. So it's all very new
And
shit.
half of it's relaunched. It's just relaunched crap.
Yeah, so everything at in the comic section at the library is fairly new, unless they've maintained older issues, well, not issues, but like volumes. And I was looking for Ghost Rider because I'm reading the original Ghost Rider series, and I'm like, ooh, there's one little volume, like 5 issues, and it's like new Marvel. So I'm like, oh, but it looks kind of cool, and it's like baby Thanos must die. And so supposedly in this whole timeline, uh, Frank Castle becomes Ghost Rider, and then he becomes in service of Thanos as Cosmic Ghost Rider. But then somehow he dies, goes to Valhalla, and now he's got to kill baby Thanos. I don't know. Looks crazy. Looks kind of cool. I don't know. We'll see how. I'm just like, how the fuck is Frank Castle the Ghost Rider? I don't. We'll see. I haven't really cracked it open yet, but sounds crazy. I know there's like a Mexican Ghost Rider, which I'm like, I mean, it's cool with Sugar Skull.
There's a few.
It's cool with Sugar Skull.
And
Yeah,
then,
I just read Trail of Tears Ghost Rider. It's like in the 1800s. You there, Drunk?
yeah, sorry, I got a text. My bad.
Was it Lethal Lightning?
No.
Was it Red Gaze that who?
It's always Red Gaze, that son of a bitch.
All right,
Nope, I gotta get dinner ready for the family.
Aw. Well, that's fine, dude. We'll switch off to Man of Sex. Comics you like?
No, look, man. Thanks for having me on, Angus. So
Yeah, no, I
I'm not
appreciate
gonna
it.
say anything nice because you're gonna call me like a weird name, but
Gay.
No, is that
I don't
right,
want you to get
Sally?
like a strike on your channel. So
Strike him down.
that's all I mean. But I think I will. I think I want to like introduce the comics like on live streams first, and then I'll have you guys on. Like we could just talk comic book shop, which I'd love. Like go through a series or something.
Yeah.
Well, what you should do, Angus? Like, I didn't mean to interrupt you, but what would be? I know this might sound whatever you're gonna call me, but I mean, like there should be like a reading club.
Yeah, I thought about
Like, so we're all like, let's read Batman, 1 through 5, and we can get it here, and then we can like live stream it and say this part was cool, this part sucked, this part. Like, I want to do that with Cyberfrog. Like, when we all get our Cyberfrog.
Oh yeah, we should get
Like,
Rumble Terrier and
what did
Crypto
you
Comics
think? Like,
and
what do you think
Six
about
Scale.
this? What do you think about that? Yeah.
Well, that sounds pretty gay, sir.
No. It's funny because I thought about doing a video, just like something quick. I mean, like, hey, I'm gonna start reading Spawn. Like I've been collecting Spawn. I've read the first maybe 10 issues, but I haven't like really sat down and like just binged the series. And so like I'm thinking about maybe doing something where it's like it's about to be issue 300. So maybe I'll try to do like a year of Spawn, like try to make a goal of reading an issue every day, which isn't hard at all. Like I think it's pretty easy to read probably 5-6 issues of a comic a day, of any comic you want. So no, I've actually thought of that. I'm just like I don't know how I'll pitch it because most people that probably follow me are Phantom Menace, not Comicsgate. So I'm trying to, it's not just
You
like
gotta start somewhere.
it's not just that I'm interested in comics, but it's like I'm trying to, like I say, like I try to tell people, quit worrying about new media. If it sucks, go back, find stuff you haven't experienced. Try something new, even if it's actually older. So, yeah, I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, I hear you. But all right, much love to you guys.
Yeah, and thanks again for the what is it exactly? Because like I assume it's a
I don't
necklace,
know.
but it's way too small for my head.
It looks like a dream. You could make it. It extends really big.
Oh.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Of course, gays ears perk up at that.
Did you hear him? Oh, now I got it to work.
He's at peak gaze performance.
That's it.
Indeed.
Yeah, I don't. They just with little things that they have, they just make stuff. So
No,
that's
it's cool.
all.
It reminds me of when I went to church camp as a kid, like 7th or 8th grade. I learned how to do like these thread bracelets. I don't know, stupid
Yay.
little trinket shit you learn that tricks you. The tricky thing is fun. You're like, wait a minute, I could play PS2.
It looks like a dream catcher, but I don't know if that's exactly what it is.
You wear anklets, Angus?
Anklets?
Yeah, you wear anklets after you make them.
No, I don't wear anklets.
Yeah. All right, man. I'm out.
I was too drunk. I've been hanging with you.
Take care, man. Thanks for coming. Gaze.
Yep.
You said you liked Batman White Knight, but like I was wondering like characters in general. Like, what are some of your like? I want to read this character. This is my go-to when I grew up.
As far as like old characters,
Anything.
Well, I actually started out with Doctor Strange. Strangely enough, I know it's not very
I see
popular
what you did there.
Yeah.
Wait a minute.
Yeah, he wasn't too popular back in the day, but he's actually the dude that got me into comics. I found it in a toy store like before I even knew what comic stores existed. But yeah, it was one of those 3-packs with a piece of shit in the middle, and I think it was Doctor Strange, Fantastic Four, and I don't remember what was stuck in the middle.
Oh my god!
Yeah, I always thought Doctor Strange was really cool. I started off with a lot of like the side characters like Iron Fist and that kind of shit.
Oh, I bet you started with Iron Fist.
Oh yeah. But yeah, Doctor Strange is what really drew me in, and then I got into Spider-Man later in life. Became a favorite, and still is until they molest him completely.
Oh, are you going to buy the J.J. Abrams series with his son?
I don't know. I've been debating that. I don't really want to support it, but I mean, you never know. Could be decent, right?
Oh god, I'm gonna laugh if it's like the worst selling comic, or if it sells like 1,000,000 issues, because it's like, oh, you got J.J. Abrams and his kid, and then like the next issue is like 80,000. Like, fuck J.J. Abrams. No, it's funny you said Doctor Strange because you keyed me in. All right, I can't remember how I came across this. I think I was trolling Pureflix. I think on Facebook, maybe it's Twitter. I can't remember, but I was trolling them, and they ended up blocking me. Of course, but there's this Christian movie review site called MovieGuide.com, the family guide to movies and entertainment. And it has a ranking system. I'm not sure how wide the range is from negative to positive, but Doctor Strange gets a -4. The first thumbnail in the review says, attracted by the occult and false religion. Alright, so let me read this. So that's the title of the review. Alright. Let's see. Doctor Strange, however, tells a story of Stephen Strange, a medical doctor who takes an oath as a doctor to save lives. But when you did find me, go on. Oh my god, my kids came home and they're excited. Hi. Yeah, go play with brother.
Black Angus will protect them.
Wait, I'll be right back.
Well, I guess it's up to us, Moss.
Yeah, so that's a great show, everyone. We shut down his show for him.
Yeah, everyone, thanks for coming. Thanks for watching.
I guess we'll read the chat out since it's been severely lacking.
That works.
Brian observes his book club. How long ago was that? Because we were talking about that a while ago.
Okay, I'm back.
Hey.
Okay.
Hey.
Marvel's Doctor Strange: A Dangerous Introduction to the Occult. It's just a movie. May be the most common phrase movie guide hears from those who don't want to practice media discernment. However, as the research has shown through the years, and as Hollywood already knows, movies are never just a movie. They're an opportunity to have millions of people view the world in a different way. Scary. In fact, if the story is told with excellence and a compelling, where'd it go? In a compelling way. Oh my God! 1 minute.
Back to the chat, Moth.
Okie dokie. He said, War Campaign makes a cameo in the Comic Wars. Oh, yeah. So go back Comic Wars out there with Brian the Observer and Zoran as the artist. Am I correct on that, Brian? By Atlantic Comic Books. Okay, Senate left. TT, good day, y'all. Says TT. And then there's Black Angus groveling at his viewers' feet.
Alright. Where was I?
We were reading your chat for
Yeah.
you.
In fact,
Yeah, you come back and act like we're not picking up your slack while you leave.
in fact, if the story is told with excellence in a compelling way, it can be more influential in changing the way we view the world and the ways we form our worldviews, the beliefs and values by which each of us live. The power of the mass media to affect our change, our hearts, minds, and behaviors is not inherently bad. Actually, this power is why Movie Guide works behind the scenes with Hollywood studios, producers, and filmmakers, encourage and train them to make sure that the worldviews presented in their movies are positive and encourage biblical values like truth, love, compassion, sacrifice, justice, and forgiveness, all of which can have lasting impacts on our culture and society. Beyond that,
One moment.
we
Did
want
Mike S.
Jesus
Miller write this
Christ. I was
article?
about to make a Mike Miller joke. God damn it. Beyond that, we want Jesus Christ to be glorified and proclaimed because he is the way, the truth. Oh my God, I came here for Doctor Strange. What the hell is this? All right. So let me scroll down a bit. All right.
Pride is a sin, by the way.
Oh, fuck. While Doctor Strange was first introduced into the comics in '63, this is his first appearance in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. It's also Marvel's first major movie production or introduction of the occult and other false spiritual notions. Doctor Strange is an egotistical neurosurgeon. Doctor Strange, played by the talented Benedict Cumberbatch, who's injured in a car accident and becomes unable to perform surgeries as a doctor. This accident throws his whole identity into crisis mode. Spending every dollar he has looking for a solution, Doctor Strange finds himself in Kathmandu, where he meets a sorcerer called the Ancient One, who eventually trains him in the mystic arts through occult means and reveals to him a spiritual dimension that has its own evils threatening the world's existence. Before we think Doctor Strange is just a harmless movie that won't introduce kids to the occult, a quick internet search reveals that the Doctor Strange storyline involving the mystic arts has in fact indeed affected people for the worse, not for the better. One Amazon review from a fan criticized Harry Potter and Dungeons and Dragons for not being close enough to real occultism. He also writes, if you want to learn real black magic spells that actually work, you should start here with Doctor Strange. Others were inspired to explore drugs. In comes Meth Gator. Doctor Strange, the movie, is actually a very well-made movie. It positively presents an occult worldview that all true Christians would recognize as destructive. People have already been swayed by the comic storyline. Many more people will also be swayed after the movie is released to the masses. It's time to take a proactive stand on what we find tolerable or harmless, especially in the movies to which our children and grandchildren expose themselves. Just this year alone, Kung Fu Panda 3 very blatantly preached Buddhist teachings. Well, I mean, it's a fucking Chinese panda. Like, What? Very blatantly preached. See, and Kuba the Two Strings encouraged children to pray to their ancestors while having the hero. It's a story about a culture. Like, what the fuck? Oh my god.
So they've shooten the Kung Fu Panda into the Satanic Panic.
Fantasy is one thing, but creating stories with worldviews that are overly antithetical to biblical faith, Jesus Christ, shouldn't be treated lightly, much less ignored. Oh my god, this is hilarious. Instead of seeing movies like Doctor Strange and exposing ourselves and our families to false, dangerous occult teaching and practice, we need to support great movies with Christian, friendly worldviews and messages like Hacksaw Ridge, including taking the whole family to see Trolls this coming weekend, so we can think on good things that are good, true, and beautiful. Philippians 4, verse 8. Yeah, that's the movieguy.org review of Doctor Strange. So, you
Good
are
Lord.
wrong. You are a cult. Fix yourself. Stay away from Kung Fu Panda. You'll get taught Buddhist stuff. Just stay away. Doctor Strange has a -4 on this review.
Oh, this review has changed my whole life. I got to tell you,
Man is
I
sex.
was in the wrong, and I will try to be better.
Man is sex. Have you seen Doctor Strange, and are you changed now that you've heard this review?
I have not seen Doctor Strange.
Well, don't, because it's a cult, and you'll do drugs.
I'm feeling cultish right now. I'm actually just gonna circumcise myself.
Have you seen the movie? Oh, what is that? Fuck, what's that movie called? It's got Jack Black. Year One.
Yeah, it's been a long time. I saw that in the theaters actually.
I love it. You know, he's like, yeah, we're gonna show our covenant with God. We're gonna cut the tips of our penises off. And he's like, wait, what? I love just the angle. You know, it's like you can think what you want about all this stuff, but it's like seeing it from a different angle. I think is something you should appreciate. And
Yeah.
yeah, it's funny. So let me see in the chat. We got Brand Observer.
I think
Says
that's it.
War Campaign makes a cameo in the Comic Wars. Zorian wrote and drew it. I don't know who Zorian is.
I read all these chats while you were gone, so I was telling the book that Zoran came up with what's it called?
Who's Zorian?
Zoran is a illustrator in Comicsgate.
Is he a
And
cult?
Yeah, he's in a cult.
I think I'll wait till Movie Guide reviews this comic.
Oh, Joe Braga is here.
Yeah.
Yes, and he has beautiful insight there.
Wait. When he peed on himself upside down, that was a movie. What are you talking about? I was talking about Doctor Strange.
Joe Frogo is an amazing guy.
I feel like Ron Burgundy talking to Baxter right now. Where he's like, "What? No."
Joe Fraga was born with an enormous dick and had reduced when he was older to just function and put jeans on. Did you have that too, Angus?
No.
That's a horrific stereotype, Moss.
What, construction workers?
Yeah.
Hey Moss, what comics do you like to read, or did you grow up reading with?
Growing up with, I didn't really read them as much. I was all into the anime scene growing up, and the manga stuff. Like, so I read a lot of Shonen Jump and stuff like that. Now, I wouldn't even say I've never been into the capes kind of comic shit. So I was always more into like Conan and heavy metal.
Oh, so you like to see dudes in tight
Yeah, I like to
loincloths?
see muscly dudes with bulges and women with bulges. Just
Wow.
bulges, mainly.
I really love comics with bulges. It's very compelling.
It's about the bulge. About the chromium bulges.
I was just thinking. I've thought of this before, but especially since we got a manga fan here, I was thinking I could relaunch once I complete this Meth Gator, and then the
Relaunch the same book, but as a manga.
yeah, it'll be Mangus.
You just release the same book, but it's upside down and backwards.
It's totally different. Like,
Is that like peeing on yourself upside down?
Yeah. Like Doctor Stranger Things.
Captain Fuckhead Square Go says, I plan on making a book one day. War Campaign will definitely feature. Thinking some villain based around a preacher. Do you mean the comic Preacher? Because I just started reading Preacher.
I think he's referring to Baldwin.
Oh.
Nice Baldwin.
Methwin Boyette.
Soyette. We should take some quick bets. Can you share your screen? We should take some quick bets on Nemesis Friday. It's always a fun roll to run.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me. All right, I got you clicked on, Moss. If you want.
Oh, my screen. Okay. Yeah. Let me open up the app. Okay.
Yeah, this has been a pretty quiet Friday outside of the kill stream clips.
I think Killstream is what did it in. Okay. Let me share my screen. Does it let me? Yeah, it does. Okay.
Did you add Rumble Terrier to that list?
He's been on there.
Okay.
Cherries. I don't give him his own shit. He doesn't deserve it.
It's
Make
funny.
sure you go in fudge mode.
It's funny. Crypto Comics has already had me blocked on Twitter. It's
Can
like
you see my screen?
Yeah, it's like, well, it's funny about crypto because I commented on a video like, I don't know, a month or two ago, and it's like, this is funny, and he liked it, but then he blocks. It's like, what?
Did you see how he set that 7,000 goal for his? Wait, no, it's 12,000. Sorry.
For what?
For his Nacho Libre comic.
For his Nacho Libre comic.
I gotta look into this. That's funny. All right, so walk us through this Nemesis Friday.
So we click on Nemesis Friday, and it shows you the percentage of chance that it's going to be the Nemesis. So do we want to take any bets in the chat?
Wait, are we going with schemes or scams here?
Schemes or scams? I'll show you the feature of that later. But yeah, so essentially you click on the button, and it generates like so. So we already have Ben Honeycuck at 100%. I say we do 100 clicks and take the best out of 100. Whoever's top. So, do we want to take bets? Who's going to be Nemesis Friday? Cthulhu is in the mix.
Who's Cthulhu? Oh, like the actual Lovecraftian creature?
Yes.
Can you give us a rundown of everyone included on the list now, or is it pretty big?
So you got the Cherries, you got Ben Honeycuck, you got Nasser, you got.
I'm gonna go with Doug Tenaple since
you got Doug Abram Tenaple, you got Methwin Soyette, you got there's also a few Easter egg ones in there.
Yeah, Methwin got a little active today, so I'm going to go with that one.
I'm going to go with Doug because of the kill stream.
Doug?
I think Doug's going to come out swinging pretty soon.
I'm going to go with Cherries, and we'll start there. So I'll do 100 clicks. All right. Tapeworm Tenaple's in the lead.
Ah, damn it. He dropped.
JDA just brought up in the head. And we got JDA.
Wow.
Oh, shit.
Following second with Pocket Pussy and Hipster Hitler.
Dark Horse candidate. JDA takes the lead.
Now, a little trick. If I go schemes and turn it into scam mode, everything is 31 days a dick now. And then if I go to fudge mode and activate it, it turns brown. And Brendan the Ghost is now an enemy. And if you click him, he pops up the sign.
This goddamn war campaign. They're killing Comicsgate.
Right now.
Stop the fudge.
Stop fudge, and then you reset this. There we go. Schemes deactivated. Fudge mode deactivated. And that's the app. So far, I think it's a little bit more advanced than Indicron. Because it actually calculates shit.
I know. I looked at Indicron. You know what the fuck Indicron was? And then I looked into wait, colorblind. Is that Praetorian?
Mm-hmm. Colorblind prison sex.
Yeah, I looked into Indicron. I'm like, wait, it's just a hub of Indiegogos. I can see all of this on
Yes.
Indiegogo.
Do you want to guess who the names are? Because everyone got a nickname. I think that's all of them. Okay. We'll go through here. I can do a little zoom in. All right. Who's Pirate Cabin Boy?
Pirate Cabin Boy. I don't know. Who is that?
I forgot who Pirate Cabin Boy
I thought you were just like, hey, let's figure out who that is.
Cherries is obvious. Hipster Hitler.
Oh, that's that new douche, Ishiro or whatever.
Yes!
Hero.
That little like Nazi Japanese name guy. I don't know. He looks like Hitler.
Captain Soyet, we know. Colorblind prison sex, we've already went over. Pussianopolis.
It's George.
They
They ganged up on me in the chat that I could see who was in there.
I'm listening, but it's aggro. Ben Honeycock. It's Ben Henderson. Cthulhu. No introduction needed. No nickname. Pocket Pussy.
Preston. You know what's funny about Preston? I tweeted this when it first came out with like a data eraser style of a whole bunch of tweets put together of like, look how like aggressive he gets about getting on Ethan's show. And it's like funny because it's like when he couldn't come on my stream one day for some reason, sent him a link. He was talking in the chat, but he couldn't get on the stream. And he's like getting aggressive, like, hey, I can't get on. It's like, I sent you a link twice. Like, I don't know what the fuck to do. I would direct invited you.
Yeah.
And he just got aggressive like instantly. And it's like, I that stuck with me. I remember that. But I'm like, yeah, maybe he's just, I don't know. He's trying to get his campaign funded. I was trying to be reasonable in my review of that. But like after like seeing all those tweets about EVS, it's like that's why you hate him because you haven't got on his show. It's like It makes no sense
about that guy.
if you know about him and his involvement with Cinestate, which is like comic skate for film, at least in one aspect. It's weird that he hates EVS. It's like that's what we're doing. We're doing that with comics, like Cinestate. We work with them. I'm like, what? This makes no sense, dude.
Canned beans. That's Granny Beans.
Oh, Bean. Oh, yeah. It's funny. People never cried about the sexual harassment or anything with dildos until Bean got mean with dildos. Then it's a problem.
Yeah.
Like
then
SJWs.
It's a problem.
Yeah.
Rat Dog.
Who's that?
Vicky.
Oh, that makes sense. Yeah.
SJW Mohican.
I'm lost on that one.
It's kind of combines with this one.
Yeah, I'm lost.
It's Chrissy.
Oh.
Diet Doug.
Nurkish?
No, it's Cal.
Ha.
Holy retard is self-explanatory.
Mike Miller.
Yep. Did you ever watch my video of the holy retard?
Yeah, you talk about the one with like the meme Islamic, and he's like, "Oh, you're a Muslim. Okay, now I'll refund you." It's like
he
what?
did not give my friend a refund because he thought he was Muslim. Isn't that nice? Instead of just saying sorry, did like my book try to buy my next one. Nope, you're Muslim. You disagree with me, so you're Muslim.
Aww. Hey, this is fun. Yeah, it's fun. I'm actually just gonna hang up now. Gotta help put the kids to bed. Thanks for hanging out, everybody. Sorry I didn't involve myself more in the chat earlier on. I'm kind of out of the loop, getting back to streaming. It's nice, thanks to ManaSex, to stream through Hangouts and not be limited to number of guests with StreamYard. So yeah, thank ManaSex that did it through this way, and I like the format. I hope to church it up more, make it look even nicer. glad most everyone liked the slideshow. But yeah, see y'all around Friday. Not Friday. Wednesday, I'll be having, unless they cancel for some reason, those two bald guys on. We did a great stream with the Avengers Infinity War commentary a few months ago. I'll put that up for y'all to watch. It's in the playlist of my live streams. But they're really fun to talk to. They're a great channel. Check them out. Thanks again, Mana 6, Red Gaze, Drunk 3PO, Rookie Critic.
You?
Yeah, see you all around, and hope to make some more content for you soon. And stop streaming.